What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Let me know if you can hear me. We're going to do a quick tutorial of what we're doing for class tonight so that I can have it uploaded by 7 p.m. and you can download it for class. All right. What's up, Coach Sherry, Monica, Trinity Lioness Couture, Stacia, Keisha, T-shirt chick. What's up, Sin? Miss Sexy and Mess. Hey, love. I believe that's Miss Mary, but let me know if I'm wrong. What's up, Coach Corey of Bugs Creation? Coach Toya in the building. Hey, hey. Calandra Carter. Hey, love. Judy, what's up? Lucky girl. Hey, love. And oh, what's good? All right, awesome. I'm glad y'all can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this one because I want to have class uploaded. The idea is that you have to, there's a time frame that I have to leave these things open. Otherwise, I end up with violations. So I'm going to do this as a live preview for you all so that you know what you're getting yourself into for class tonight. All I need you to have is a photo or logo to change out here for the true colors. Everything else we will be doing in class, okay? So you're just going to need one subject image. It can be a photo. We're going to actually change this logo into a photo instead, okay? All right. Yes, Mary, I knew it was you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this change out, and then I'll take any questions while I have the coupon code loading and everything, so that if anyone has an issue, I will be live to help you. How does that sound? So many times people say, oh, I can't get this to happen, and something's going on within that time frame that I need you all to download the file. So I will be live in order to help you all get through that, okay? Especially for my newbies. I know I have some newbies here, and I promise you it's not as hard as it looks. It's just that we have a system of how we get you into classes and make sure that you're actually attending, okay? Hey, Destiny. That's one of our newbies that's been killing it. So she's an OG now. She's attended at least 2 classes. She's an OG. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. It's pretty simple. What we're going to do here is go through these channels. Like, this is a new way we're doing templates. This is going to work with the Genius Automizer much better. Okay, so we're going to double click on the art here, and I'm going to turn on my little click highlight here, which is annoying to me, but I think very helpful to you all. All right, can you see where I'm clicking? I'm going to double click on the art thumbnail here. Then I'm going to start with the background, because for me the background kind of sets the tone of the colors and everything. So let's double click on the background. And I see here that I have smart color 1 through 4. So let's go ahead and change those out. Now, right now, I don't have a specific color in mind, but I do have an image that I'm going to bring in. So I can bring in that image just to borrow colors from it. So let's go ahead and drag and drop that one in. Love you too. All right, so 171. I'm going to bring in this image, of course. Now, it is a WebP image, so I'm going to open it with, let me show y'all what I'm doing. It's a WebP image. Won't pull in the Photoshop. I'm going to open with, use my regular schmegular paint program, and just say, I would say always use this to open up the WebP type images. Now, there are other things online that you can use to convert them, but this works just fine. We'll go to File, Save As, and I can save it as a JPEG or a PNG if it had a transparent background. And I'm going to save it right back into my 171 folder. All right, so I should be done with that. Let's see if I can pull it in now. That's my JPEG version. And there we go. Now, of course, I'm going to before class, if I want this to be a contour cut image, I'm going to go to remove BG. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Excuse me. So this is all that you'll have to do prior to class, is just have your image ready. Now, if your image is going to require, cutting out contour, this is a really simple thing to do. And of course, if you have Remove BG, you can use your credit. If you don't have Remove BG, just use the preview download and it will download a smaller file version and it will be free to download that. It just won't be a high resolution. So I'm going to designate that that's PNG so that I know. I'm done with Remove BG now. And I don't have to bring my Remove BG in there. I actually wanted the background in for this one because I'm going to go with some neutral colors, neutral, and then denim, just to kind of switch it up a bit. Okay, so I'm just using this to change out my colors. So I'm going to go to Smart Color 1 is going to be one of my denim blues. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out my colors now. We'll do this in class, of course. The only thing I need you to come with is your photo. So I'm going to use my color picker tool and I'm just going to browse around in here and see. I like the light denim, I like the dark denim. I'm going to start with the light denim as my main color. It's kind of like a slate blue there. I will add it to my swatches. Make sure that this is turned off where it says add to my current library. So that'll be my lighter blue. Then I'll come grab my darker blue here, add to swatches. Then I'll grab like this cream kind of color here. I want something that's not quite white because of course I can use white. Add that to swatches and maybe I'll grab one of these kind of caramel colors from the background. Add to swatches. Now, sometimes you don't know how it's going to look till you put it all together. So we should be able to look at our swatches now and see that 1, 2, 3, and 4 has been added here. So I can cancel out of this. I can actually go ahead and delete that photo because this is the background. I don't need the photo in here. And I'm going to go ahead and change out my colors here. So Smart Color 1, I'm going to make that the lighter blue. And hit yes to save. Smart Color 2. Let's make that the darker blue. Smart Color 3, let's go ahead and make that the lighter cream color. And Smart Color 4, we'll go ahead and make that the tan color. Okay. Now, if any of these colors I want to be different in any kind of way, of course I can switch them up, but we'll get the chance to see how this looks when it all comes together. But that is essentially my background here. I'll go ahead and hit yes to save. Then I'm going to go ahead and work on my foreground. Now here we can start with the text or the photo. I like to start with the photo just in case I'm going to bring anything in here. So I'll open up the photo folder and let's drag and drop our image in here. I even like the way it looks with the color splash behind it. So that's cool. I'll turn it off for now though, just so you see a difference. And of course now we can also change the size of the photo in here, but let's go ahead and change out the text. So for text 1 it says in the 90s kind of world. I'm actually going to leave that, but I want to update the colors. There we go. It automatically updated the color scheme for me. Now I can choose. Right now it's color 3 that's in the 90s kind of, but if I wanted color 4 to be there or I wanted color 1 to be there, I can switch it up. So I'm going to leave it like this. I have 4 and 1 applied right now. Same thing with number 2. I'm going to double click. right click on my smart object, and I'm gonna choose where it says update all modified content, because we changed those smart colors. And see what happens when we have everything kind of organized like this. I'm going to use the smart color 1 here, smart color 2 down here. All right, and that's my foreground. Now what happens when I close out of my foreground, I can hit yes to update those changes. And now that updates in my general art. So that's my foreground and my background. I have my text done and all. So I can close out of my art here. And this is in my 171 skins folder. So I have created a skin, but I'm going to go ahead and update this as an additional skin as well. So you'll see that in just a bit. And voila, we have a brand new design that quick with that little effort. I want y'all to understand that my goal this year is to get all of our designs down to 5-minute templates. And I almost demonstrated that with Speaking It All in 5 minutes. So I want y'all to see that this can absolutely be done. But the result of this is that the way we have prepared this file is going to be a game changer in how we apply it to the mock-ups. So let's go ahead and see with 171 what we have working with us here. Now I'm going to take this back to the class we did 170. Now this is just testing it out, because the thing about this Genius Automizer is I want to make sure that it works for everyone. So I am testing different designs. Now I'm developing the new designs to fit with this, and they're going to be called skins. So the different skins you have, so we collected a 170 skin, and we should have a 171 skin. So every Academy file will eventually be a skin. And let me see, I think I have it saved on my desktop. Let me check before I change this up. Yep, it's on my desktop, 171 skins. Got it. So you'll see each one that we do so far is going to have its own skins. So I'm going to, I don't think you're going to be able to view it on the icons because they're still smart objects. But what we will get a chance to see is outside of the skins. I'm going to go to my 171 mockup. Now, of course, this one was the remembrance or the memorial package, but I just want you to see that as far as the smart objects go here, I should just be able to update the modified content. Well, that updates it to the last one that we created. And that's how those update automatically. Now, as far as the products up here, those are still regular smart objects. So because we did 171, I already gave away the Automizer stuff. We're just going to focus on this top part here, which is what you'll get after class. You won't get this during class, you'll get this after class. Okay, so that you can still do your mock-ups here. So if you want this stuff down here that automatically populates, that's going to be a different thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this up to show you how we can change these out. So the art 13 by 19, we created that. And that's going to be in our skins folder, 171. You'll see art 13 by 19. And I did not have to export all of these as artboards. Actually, I think this is in a different folder. Let me see, let me see. Okay, so they are here on the desktop. Alright, so what we would have to do in order to update the main image is we have to take all of our files from our 171 skins, which is everything except, of course, for the layout that we just did. Then we would copy, go to our Automizer, which will go to our Automizer 171. And I'm going to make sure I close this down. Not going to save any changes here, just so I don't have too many windows open. Alright, so we have a main skins folder. So you see that was 170, 171. When I copied everything, I didn't cut it out. I just copied. Control C to copy. And then I come here to my skins and I will paste. So it's going to replace any files in this destination. That way when I open my new Automizer, I'm going to have to go into each of these because I previously changed them. But all I have to do is right click and update all my modified content. It may take a little while since I'm streaming. But the idea here, what we're trying to get to, you see how that's one file, one type of art here? And this is our other type of art. So these are all of our images that we had saved. The idea here is that we should be able to design one skin, and that one skin should be able to update all of these different products. And of course, when I close out of this, it should update on my mockup here. But we're going to focus on updating the stuff right here. So, because this is our typical way we've been mocking it up, the smart way. It's not the genius way, but the genius way, this is what we're working on now. It won't be a free file because it takes a lot of energy to make sure all of these things actually work out. So we're going to focus on the things up top. Let's go ahead and change out the images all the way up top. We have the art 13 by 19. We can click on that. And this is where we come into our skins here. And we know we had our 171 stuff. So we're into our 171 skin. And we're just going to match. This one is the 13 by 19. So we're going to take 13 by 19 and drop it right over. Oh, this one is a different one. Hold on. I got to update. I have to relink the art 13 by 19. That's what we have to do. And the reason why is because the 13 by 19 is done separately from the all over, but you can still link those and they work just perfect. So now I should be able to drag and drop my 13 by 19 from here. There we go. I'll leave the other layers in there, just turn them off for right now just in case we need to go back to any of those, but it's still just a few layers that you have to change out. Let's change out the all over art here. And that'll just be the word art. And you see now we have our updated color scheme and artwork. And it just flows from here. So this is still a very easy way to change out things. It's not the genius way, but it is still the smart way to change out these. So this one is the background. I'm going to go to my background. And this is just so that the mock-up matches, okay? So like I said, we aren't going to do the mock-up. We have a lot of newbies now, and I want to make sure that we get through the design file. You can always come back to this video, or I have many different videos on how to apply your graphics to your mock-up. That's not going to be something that we do every time. In fact, it's going to be something that we very rarely do in class, except for last class. I wanted y'all to try out the Automizer, let me know what you thought, and I needed your needed to see if this was something you all would be able to do on your computers, and it absolutely was for most of you. And then if you couldn't do it on your computers, at least you know, don't buy the Automizer unless you try class number 170 and make sure that it's going to work for you, okay? All right, so I think that is it. That is it. So after class, I will make sure that you get this mock-up. It'll be the top part. It won't be the bottom part. It'll just be the top part. And what we're going to do in class is we're going to make sure that we do the old school way of exporting everything. I know everything here is linked, but I want to make sure that you understand how this is working as far as saving your individual pieces. If you can't export and you can't do some of the things that these bigger files can do, at the very least, I can show you how to make sure that you can export your work, okay? All right, so we're supposed to be getting faster and faster. Coach Core says yes for the skins. Yes, it reminds me of a video game, and I don't play video games often, but I know in video games they have skin packs, and like Minecraft and Roblox, the kids are buying these skin packs. So hopefully we can kind of mimic that process and make this a lot smoother and a lot easier in the long run. Okay, love, so I'm going to go ahead and upload the class. Y'all can ask questions in the comments here while this screen is up. Then that way I'll stay live for about 20 minutes, make sure everyone who is in class can access. And if y'all have questions, we'll be right here waiting for you. Just give me just a second to get that uploaded for you. And coaches, if you would chime in and help answer any questions folks may have about getting into class and about the academy and all that good stuff. I will show you while I'm uploading everything how to get to the academy. You can go to Innate Lab, and then there'll be an academy link at the top. You can also go to innateacademy.com. You see, this is innatelab.com. This is the academy link. And this is what the academy looks like. The difference between Innate Lab and Innate Academy is that Innate Lab is going to be where you purchase your blanks. There are some templates there, but we are quickly converting those over to smart templates and making them a part of the academy. So just be patient with us as we convert these, because we're getting better and better and faster with how these work. So this is your academy here, and you will see the course pop up right here. And if you don't see it there, then you can always go to the live interactive courses. And that was 170 that just passed. So 170, now that I'm uploading 171, 170 will go down to $30, and it will be available in the unlocking courses, okay? So it's about a 7-day period where it's going to be available later in the unlocking courses. So if you can just wait 7 days, then usually if you're already a member, the class that we did last week will automatically update for you within 7 days of that class, okay? All right, so you might find now that 170 is already unlocked for you. Some of you go ahead and check that for me. Scroll all the way down, especially if you're a newbie. Go ahead and scroll all the way down to the end of your 8 unlocking courses and let me know if class number 170 has unlocked for you. All right, so I'm going to zip up the skins pack for you all, and there are also some fonts here. So I'll make sure that y'all have those fonts as well. So how this works is I'm going to zip up this file, and that's why I want to make sure that you all have enough time to download this. And typically, if you can't download it, if you have an hour prior to class and you can't download it within then, that usually means that you're not going to be able to attend class because there's something going on either with your internet, your Photoshop, or your computer where you're not going to be able to keep up with class, especially with it being a live class. I'm not going to discriminate against that at all, but go ahead and see if it works. If it does not work, then you may you just sit quietly, watch the rest of the class, but just know that you're not going to be able to continue to come to class until whatever your situation is better, whether it be the internet, the computer, or making sure that Photoshop can function on your computer properly. Okay, so that's not to be mean or anything, but we have a lot of people who are wanting to learn, and it really holds us up when we have issues with technology that aren't really due to anything that we can fix prior to class. Okay, so that's a part of your responsibility. I know we can handle it. I know we get excited, but I want to make sure that we're doing this the right way. Okay, now of course you'll have access to it as long as you're a member. It will unlock in 7 days, so don't worry about that part of it. You will get access to it. If you just really have to have it in that very moment, then you can absolutely use your coupon code to purchase it. Okay, so the reason why I have to do it like this is we have so many people that will sign up for the live course and not attend, and that's not the point of it. So if you cannot attend the live courses, then you may want to make your membership go down to the standard membership, because the VIP membership is really for those folks that want to attend the live sessions and pretty much all of the live sessions, so that they get early access, they get pretty much one-on-one help, because I'm looking at your screen and I'm helping you as we go. Okay, so I'm just uploading that file now, and then the fonts that we need for this one, I'm going to give you those as well. But if I don't, y'all, it's easy to find fonts. If you see a font that is being used in Photoshop, whether it's defined down here or not, you can always go up to your character and you can just Google that. You can right click and copy it, and it'll say another typewriter, and then just Google another typewriter font and you'll find it. But what I've done for you here is I have included the links. So I'm just going to copy and paste those and make sure that you have those available as well. And this time it's just 2 fonts. I usually stick between 1 and 3 fonts, and I at least try to do 2 just to give some type of visual kind of variation there. But sometimes just one font will do. You don't have to overcomplicate it. I'm learning actually to simplify, thanks to you all. And this one, oh, you know what I need to do? Let's update my swatches too. There we go. All right, let's see if we have any questions here. I'm going to go ahead and activate the class and the coupon code for those. Yep, I'm about to update the coupon code right now. And I'm just going to double check. This is what I want y'all to do with the folder. When you get it, you're going to download it, and it's going to be in a zip file. So I want you to extract all, and then just tell it to save it on your desktop, okay? Just by itself on your desktop, so that you'll have it. It'll be your 171 class, okay? Because the problem that we're having is sometimes it's in your download, sometimes it's in some kind of miscellaneous folder. We can't find it. And when you have that, let's see, it's going to be your 171 here. When you have it here, this is also where you can go ahead and just put your photo, so that your photo that you're going to replace the logo in there is not just floating around somewhere or in your downloads, and we don't have to wait in class for you to find it. So go ahead and put it here. Okay. Oh, and then I give you this font. The Living 90s font is in your extras folder. That's actually a font that we developed. So, so you'll have that font for free, okay? So don't forget to download that font as well, and I'll at least put a note for that in the font. I'll put a note. It will be in your extra folder. So that's another benefit to being a part of the Academy, is that I'm usually giving out resources like that. If it's a part of the class, then I will make sure that you have it for free. Okay, so I am making up the coupon code now for you to access the coupon code. That's why I'm staying online, making sure that you have this, because I know we have some new folks. I'm actually logged in right now to my account. Now, when I go into this account, it's going to show the old code. It's not going to show the updated code yet. So let's go to my products. I'll see my little credit card here. If you are a VIP member, you will see this $60 credit. Okay, now this is the code that you use to get 75% off of stuff. This code changes out weekly. This is the code that you will be looking for, and it will expire right before class. It will expire 10 minutes before class. So if you tell me at 8 o'clock you couldn't get in with the free thing, it won't work at that point in time. It has a time that it actually expires, but it will tell you the name of the class that you're going to use that for, and that's what you'll be looking for. And here's a hint: if you're looking for a class, then I went and clicked on something I wasn't supposed to click on. Okay, so that's where your coupon code is going to be. Let me go ahead and save that coupon code so y'all can get to downloading, okay? All right, outside of that, I will go ahead and create this coupon code right now so y'all can tell me if it works while we're live, so I won't have anybody saying that it didn't work for them. This coupon code is only going to work for class number 171. And it will make the class free for the VIP students. So that's why it's important that the VIP students actually attend the classes, because you get to come to the classes for free, you get the content early, and you get to have hands-on help. I get to pull you straight out the mud if you get caught. But if you don't come to the class, then obviously those are the folks that are just trying to take advantage of getting the content early, but that's not what the VIP membership was designed for. It's designed for those who really want the one-on-one help. I'm making myself available live every Wednesday, which is very difficult for me to do. So I want to make sure that those are the people who are getting the perks and getting my attention. All right. Let's go ahead and update that on your credit here. And then I can make sure that it works live. I won't show it on screen, but I will make sure that it works live before we do anything else. And I'll even put the link to the class in here. That way it should make it a lot easier. Let's see if that makes it easier. I want to make this easier for y'all. I'm not trying to make this difficult, but I do have to make sure that we keep this orderly and make sure it's not going to be hectic for a live class. All right, and if you look on that disclaimer, it says only use this code if you will attend the live class. Attendance will be taken. Unexcused absence for the free class may constitute abuse of the code and result in removal from Innate Academy. If you find that you're not able to attend a live session, you have the option to downgrade to the standard membership. So y'all, please keep that in mind. If you feel like you should be getting something because you're a part of the VIP membership, it's not just so that you get access to it early. It's so that you can attend the live classes. And if you don't feel like you're getting what you're getting out of it and you are waiting for them to unlock anyhow, then I absolutely encourage you to downgrade to the standard membership. Of course, you won't get the 75% off coupon code, and you won't have early access to the live classes, but if you're not using them anyway, then that may be what you have to do, okay? And I won't be mad at you. All right, so I have just updated the coupon code. You may need to log out and log back into your Innate Academy in order to see the coupon code. But for my VIP members and my coaches that are here right now, can y'all please check for me and make sure that it works? Just check for me, make sure it works. So the code will not update it will update around about 7 o'clock, which is an hour before class. And the reason why is because I don't like to reprimand people. I don't like to punish grown folks. I don't like to punish anybody, but I don't like to, kind of babysit that. If I say that's what the rules are, then I would rather make the rules harder to break than to make it so accessible that people get away with stuff because it takes me hours to enforce the rules. So that's why the coupon code is only available an hour before class, and it also helps me to ensure that the people who get the coupon code can actually attend the class because they will have had the file downloaded in time. If you find that you cannot download your file in time for class, then we need to talk about some kind of solution. Maybe you need to contact Photoshop, make sure that everything is working for your system. Maybe you have to upgrade your computer equipment. That's been the case in some scenarios. Or it could just be that your internet is not one that's going to work with a streaming situation, especially with Photoshop. So all of those things are considerations. Like I said, I'm going to stay on here, make sure that I get confirmation. Okay, Sherry, great. The code is there. Awesome. Y'all let me know if it can download. Let me know if you got your fonts. Like I said, I want to see y'all through this. I want to make sure it works. That's why I'm doing it live. Usually I do this portion of it off of the live, but I want to make sure that y'all are in there. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and open up my art here, make sure everything's good. And like I said, I'll give y'all this mock-up later too. It just won't have the Automizer stuff on the bottom. It'll have the smart mock-up up top. Janetta, are you if you are a VIP member, you will see, and I'll show you this right now on screen. Okay, you're a VIP member. You're going to go to your products. First of all, you have to be a VIP member. If you're not a VIP member, then you're not able to attend the live classes, okay? All right, and the class is not showing. Oh, you need the class. Duh. So that is something that's my fault. I'm sitting here talking to y'all about y'all's responsibility. And I did not publish my little junk. Hold on. All right, so it should be published and available now. So you should be able to use that link right there. It will be in your live interactive courses. And let me know if you see it. Like I said, I'm going to stay on this time because last time we had some issues, and I know actually the website gives us issues too, so I'm not saying it's all y'all's fault either. at all, and sometimes I mess up and I don't put things in the right place. But I do know that several people were able to use it last time, and then some people were not able to use it last time, and I just want to make sure that we're all to the good. And y'all let me know if this format helps. I know we have new people every time, and I don't always explain things as if someone new is coming along. So please let me know if y'all like this, to make sure, like, for the first 20 minutes or so of the top of the hour, that everybody can access it, knows what to do. Then I will do this live every single time to make sure that y'all can get in. Okay? And I'll just cut it off at around 7:20 so that I can, you know, take a breather before class, and then we should be good. Okay, Felicia's in. Awesome, Felicia. Awesome. And then if you are supposed to get it for free and you ever just have to pay for the class, he's like, look, I'm trying to get in, I don't have time to figure out why I can't get in, and I just pay for the class, then just message us on the Academy website. There's a little message button there, and just kindly, you know, talk to us like we all got some sense. Okay, the stuff happens, but the last thing somebody wants to do is help you when you got a little toot. Okay, so I try to be patient, I try to be loving. But y'all know we all human, and if I sense that too, sometimes I gotta sling it right back. So I don't have to, and I don't, but it definitely does not make me want to help someone. So if there is something that happens, and especially, you know, we're all small business owners, we're all human at that, then let's make sure that we work together. So if you had to buy a class, then you just let me know, and I will take care of it. I promise you, I'm not gonna be like, nope, dope sold, money fold, or whatever the expression is. I always say it backwards, but you know what I mean. You know, once I got your money, it's mine. Like, that's not how I am. Y'all know that. So I don't appreciate being approached in that manner either. I tell people all the time, you know, watch your tone. Yeah. I'll say it in a sweet way, but yeah, watch your tone. All right. So let's see if we got it here. I'm looking to see if people are in. Okay, perfect. Now, how long did it take you to download the class? Y'all let me know. Let me know what the download time was. I would love to know this, because as I'm developing this system, and as I'm developing these larger files and these things that are supposed to save time, they also might be larger files. So we're going to be giving up some things to get some things right now. So you all are actually helping me develop a product right now. Yep. So yeah, refresh it and let me know if you see it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my page and see if I see it now. And y'all got me. Matter of fact, if I have to say later than 7:20, just to make sure that we have a lot of newcomers. So I want to make sure that y'all are good, that y'all know the system, y'all know what's up. We got 171. Oh, I know what it is. It didn't show the mock-up. Let me see if I can change that. Let's change that. So y'all are helping me here. Y'all are absolutely helping me. So it says 171, but it's showing the 170 mock-up. So let me see if I can refresh on this end, and it'll refresh on your end. I believe that's how it works. And then sometimes it may even take a couple of minutes, but I think that it should do it immediately. And then we'll check and see if it's updated. We'll refresh here. And it looks like it immediately refreshed for me, so make sure it refreshes for you. Just that image there, I think, is what changed. There it is. Okay, now keep in mind, I usually do this when I have quiet time, when I'm not trying to talk and show things on YouTube. So this is a little bit different for me too, to be talking through this and doing this. So it is a little distracting, but we're gonna get it done. All right, so that should be it. Monica, let me know what's not working, love. Are you a VIP member or the standard member? If your membership says VIP, you should see a credit card and you should see a coupon code there. And it'll be a coupon code for $60, which is the cost of the live class. It'll be for $60 off the live class. Now, right now, what I'm doing while I have y'all live, I'm changing the coupon code for the 67 and 75% off. So if you're a VIP member, do not use the 75% off coupon code on the live class, because you get it for free if you use the specific coupon code for that. All right, if y'all wonder why I'm quiet, it's because I'm doing some work and I don't multitask well. So if I want to do something right, I have to be quiet and focus. All right, so I just updated your 67% off and 75% off coupons code. So if you want to, if you're a non-VIP member and you really want to attend a live class, you can, by all means, you can do that. Use your 67% off coupon code and the live class will be a little bit under $20 instead of $60. You can do it that way too. And Joaquin, if you want to use your 67% off coupon code, I just changed it. So just refresh and then you can use it, okay? If you're a standard member and you want to use the code for a live class, you can only do it on my weekday classes, because the weekend classes, you cannot use coupon codes at all for those, okay? Vaughn, it took you 1.5 minutes to download. Awesome. I'm trying to make sure that these files, these skin files, can be really compact and small, and we can work on being able to like collect these skin files and not these huge files every single time. So Monica, make sure that you refresh, because I just updated. If you're a standard member and you were trying to use your membership code, your 67% off coupon code. Okay, Joaquin, it worked for you. Awesome, awesome. So I like this. I mean, it pushes my time a little closer to class time, but if this helps get you all prepped, I'm all for this, okay? Let's get y'all prepped. Let's get y'all ready for class. Please make sure you have dual screens if you can have dual screens. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all how to. I'm going to buy now, and I'm going to use, let me find my coupon code. I have to do this off screen so I don't show everybody the coupon code. Hold on. I'm going to grab my coupon code. Now I'm going to show you where it is, but I'm not going to show you the coupon code. So when you go to your products, okay, if you're a VIP member, you will see this one. And when you go to that, shoot. Y'all don't use that code unless you VIP, because if you do, you'll be immediately kicked out of the academy. I just did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. All right, so anyhow, if you click on this one, you'll see your coupon code. It'll be a 67% off code. And then what you would do is do that off screen so that you don't have to tempt anyone to illegally use the code. All right, so I'm going to copy the code. And then what I'll show you is if you want to register for the class, you can come over here to more products. You'll see everything that exists. You can even just type in 171. Look at that. I don't even have to look for it. 171 is right there. I can click on it. And if I want to buy it, I'm not going to put in the coupon code. But here, did you see there was a little thing that you have to click on that says have coupon code, ? And then you'll put in your coupon code, which I'm going to do off screen. Then you hit apply. Okay, now when you apply that coupon code, you have to make sure that it actually gives you the percentage off. And for some of you, you might, I know when we copy and paste, we copy those spaces. So without showing you the actual coupon code, I can't show you, but what I can do is I can pull it up here and show you. See how it says 1980? If it still says $60, then you didn't apply the coupon code, so don't hit pay. And it's only going to tell you to pay the 1980. So if you paid $60, that means your coupon code was not activated. So sometimes you got to erase those extra spaces at the end, okay? So that's what just happened with me. It looked like the coupon code wasn't working, but it had some spaces there. All right? So when I copied it, I ended up copying the spaces as well. Just be aware of that, and then that way you can make sure you don't have to hit me up and let me know that you made a boo-boo, okay? All right, all right. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Oh, darn it. See? Sharon says it's got last week's info on it. If you go to that Zoom link, let me see. I should be able to still use it. That's my fault. Like I said, I'm trying to do this stuff live to help y'all, and now I'm slacking on my pimping. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up Zoom, the same Zoom meeting from last week. Let's see, that one is doom. This is 170. No, I don't know if it's gonna let me open it. That's the recording. Then I can go to the meetings. I don't know if y'all should be seeing all this. I don't know what Zoom shows y'all. But let me see. Otherwise, I have to update the Zoom link. And I think I should do that anyway, because I like to have separate Zoom links. So let me create a Zoom link real quick. So I got to be on my stuff because I can't show y'all how to do this stuff live, because this is normally stuff I do behind the scenes. And let's go to create a meeting. And this will be real quick. I normally just copy this up here. And it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This class should not take us more than an hour and a half, I promise y'all. Last one was really long. We had a lot of large files, a lot of new people. We had 60 people in our last live class. That's a lot. For Photoshop class, that's a lot. And we were doing new stuff that we've never done before. And I will say it was a little difficult. It was much more difficult than our standard classes, although all beginners who attended got through it. And I think they were really impressed of what they got through and what they did for themselves. All right, so let me update this zoomage here. All I want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. All right, let's update 316 Zoom information. And for those who are waiting for the price of 170 to come down, 170 will now come down to $30, and you can still use your coupon code if you're a member. All right, so Zoom should now be changed. Y'all see all I have to do for every live class? I'm glad y'all get a chance to see this live. I am so glad y'all get a chance to see this live, and that I get a chance to see what y'all have to go through too. Yep, refresh Monica, the code has been changed, baby, and then let me know if it works. I'm gonna stay on and make sure that if you want to get in class, that you get in tonight, okay? Now, if you as a standard member put in the coupon code, it's going to be $19.80 instead of $60. It's not going to be free, but you will be able to attend a live class for less than $20. Let's put it that way. All right, so yep, Helena, let's check it out. So when you open this one, okay, so it's gonna look like this. And I don't know if I have the text on here or not. And as a matter of fact, we're going to work from the art file. So let's see if the whole point was to see if this automatically updated. So we'll check and see. But 171, we should be working from the art file. There it goes. And then what you'll be able to do is update this. So this one right here is honestly part of the Automizer. And then what you would end up doing is you'd end up relinking this. So I would relink. We're going to do this in class though, but this is just to show you how it would work inside the Automizer, but you end up relinking that to your, of course, your desktop. And let me make sure I'm in the right file because I might have the wrong one open. Let me close everything on down. But yep, you should see that. And I don't think I updated that with you all. That's my personal 171. Let's check and see. So when you open your folder, what we're going to open up is we're going to start with the art. Okay? So that's where we're going to start from. And then what we're going to do when we're done with the art, we're going to, at that point, update the elements in 171. And honestly, we don't even need to update the element. That's what I found out. I found out when I was doing the scans, as long as I just had the art file, that I didn't need this big old file. So check this out. This file is only 35.4 megabytes, this art file. This file is 123 megabytes. So what I kind of discovered here is that we're going to need these for the Automizer for each type of image that's laid out. But these files keep everything nice and neat and smaller. Look how much smaller these file sizes are. So I'm trying to make it so that we don't have to worry about this one. We can worry about this one, and it takes up much less on our systems. So really and truly, because we're not doing the Automizer, I probably should have even deleted that one so it wouldn't confuse y'all. Okay. Okay, Sherry, and I'm sorry, I know I need to get with you too, see what's going on with your system. If the files won't download prior to class, and then there's something going on there. And in all honesty, I think it might be your internet. I updated the Zoom link, love. Y'all refresh that Zoom link. Let me know if it updated. If it didn't update, then I'll refresh it on this back end and see if it did. Like I said, usually this is all stuff that I'm doing on the back end, not live or whatnot. So my little nerves are being racked in front of y'all right now, but I'm staying cool. I'm staying cool. But I can also see that several of you all have been able to get into class tonight. And Shirley Ann, I see you. I'm going to make sure I refund yours because I know you are an OG. So I know that was a mistake. All right, so I got Shirley in there. And y'all, I'm going to take a look and make sure the Zoom link has been updated for you all on your end, because that's where y'all are going to find me. Catch me outside on the Zoom link. And now y'all get to see all of the goodness that goes into getting this stuff together. Let's see here. So y'all let me know in the chat, did the Zoom link update to 316? If it did you have to refresh to do it? And Monica, if you're a VIP member and it's not working, even though you say you can't catch it tonight, it will unlock for you in within 7 days, probably right at the 6th or 7th day whenever I upload the new class. Okay, so, and I mean, unless you just can't wait the 7 days and you just need it, then you can use your coupon code. But absolutely, if you're able to wait those 7 days, it'll unlock for you for free, my love. If you want to go ahead and log into Zoom, go ahead and log into Zoom, and then we can make sure it works. I want to make sure, you know what? Yes, log into Zoom. We'll make sure it works. Usually I don't do a pre-Zoom check, but because we have new folks, maybe that's a good idea. And in that case, maybe that's something we can implement. Not sure. Well, we may have to do that every time. I may have to have one of the coaches do that, because usually right before class, I'm trying to like catch my breath and get my mind right to teach. But I think it would help you all. Okay. All right, what's going on Zoom? Oh, upcoming, this one, let's start it. I'm showing y'all everything that I'm doing now just to make sure that we got it. All right, so this is how it looks when we start class. So y'all getting a little sneak peek of that. All right, so Keisha Williams, let's admit Keisha. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself just in case y'all are getting double sound or anything. I can view who's here. We can go ahead and admit you. Now, normally we are not doing this any earlier than 8 o'clock, but hey, like I said, we'll make sure that it works. I want to make sure that everyone gets in and we have no issues. Okay? All right, so everybody's saying Zoom works? Awesome. Okay, Coach Ashanta says it updated and I didn't have to refresh. That's what's up. What's up, Coach G? April, I see you, and I see you're learning and you're doing it, baby. You are still learning, but at least you are learning. That means you are improving. All right, so if anyone wants to test right now, share the screen. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to share your screen. So if anyone is new and wants to test it, they can share their screen. This is the time to do so. What I suggest is that you have 2 screens, right? One screen, you will have your main screen will be your Photoshop screen. Okay, so you will show Photoshop on here just like this. And y'all, tonight we're just going to open up the art file. It's going to be so much smaller. I didn't realize it was that much smaller. So we're going to see if that helps us move through class smoother tonight because we have smaller files. Okay, like I said, I have a more advanced computer, and I don't want to assume just because something works on mine. Coach Helena, I'm letting you in, love. I don't want to assume that because something works on mine that it's going to work on everyone else's. So my goal is not only to give you all dope graphics, but it's to make it easier on you and attainable to you. I want you to be able to use this stuff. I don't want to just sell you something that you can't use. However, you will have to make sure your computer can handle it, okay? That's going to be your job. My job is going to be to make the design easy. Your job is going to be to make sure that you can execute, okay? And we're going to work this thing together. Teamwork makes the dream work. I got you, Coach G. Well, take care of business. Get your press on. Everybody get your press on. Sorry, I think in terms of song, especially if I get a little tired, everything turns into a song in my head. All right, so Zoom is working. I got y'all in here. Looks like so far we got all OGs. All OGs, so y'all know how to share screens and everything. Just want to make sure it's all working. I'm staying online. Now, I will not do this every time, I'm telling y'all, but I want to make sure that that folks that want to get into class tonight, that you can get in, okay? I know we have had some issues, so we're going to work those things out. Okay, so I see most of our OGs, y'all already got into class. Excellent, excellent. I'm looking at the roster right now, and we are on the money. All right, got 3 more people in the room. Coach Corey and Leilani. Now, Leilani, are you new, love? Joaquin? Come on, Joaquin. Go ahead and letting folks in. Now, if this is your very first time doing a live Innate Academy course, you may have watched the pre-recorded videos, and that's fine. But if it's your first time doing it live, I want you to say something in the chat. I want you to give me a 1 in the chat. If it's your first time, give me a 1 in the chat. If you're OG, give me an OG. Yeah, this is how we normally start off our classes. So this kind of gives you a little insight into how the classes go, okay? All right, so if you're new to the Academy, go ahead and put a 1 if this is your very, very first time doing a live Academy course. Even if you've done a pre-recorded course before, I want you to give me a 1. And then if this is not your first rodeo and you know the drill, go ahead and give me an OG. All right, Coach Corey, OG. All right. Awesome, awesome. And anyone, if it's your first time, go ahead and give me a 1 so I know to check your screen. Make sure you can screen share. Make sure your microphone works. Other than that, we're just going to chill for a minute till everyone gets into class. And just checking my roster here, making sure everyone that enrolled to be here is able to be in here right now. All right, look at all my OGs. And here's the other thing. If you don't have dual screens, I used to have it where if you didn't have dual screens, you could not participate. But I understand some people need to understand the importance of dual screens. So what I tell you is that you can have an iPad or maybe even another laptop or computer watching Zoom on that screen. So you can hold up 2 Zoom seats right now. Now, when we start getting super thick and there's no space for people to hold up more than 1 seat, then we'll discuss it at that point. But as of right now, you can have 1 screen on your iPad and another screen on your laptop or your PC that is showing your Photoshop. Now, you have to be able to show your Photoshop screen, otherwise we can't help you. All right, Destiny, let's see this. Destiny, go ahead and share your screen. Photoshop has been doing some janky stuff lately, and one of them has to do with exporting. One of them has to do with fonts. Thirdly, now Photoshop's been having this issue where it will like crash whenever you try to print. And usually what it is, it's an issue with your print driver and with Photoshop's last understanding of that same print driver. So if you ever updated your firmware on your printer and then all of a sudden it just doesn't work for, it shuts down whenever you go to print, you have to reset your preferences as if they were fresh and brand new, and then all of a sudden Photoshop won't crash on you, but you will have to basically reset your preferences. Okay, so Destiny, it looks like we're looking at your screen. Go ahead and unmute your mic, love. And it might be, there are Google fonts, and that font, I think the baby's new font is is a Google free font. So if it's acting up in Photoshop, usually that means that they're dueling. You know, Photoshop versus Google and Facebook versus Instagram and all of that. Sometimes we'll have issues. Okay. Now, the font that is probably giving you issues right now is more than likely that last one. And let me turn on my marker here. So I want you to right click on this one where it says fonts.google.com, Bebes New. Right click down here on the artboard and see if you can touch on that font. Yep, just right click on it. There it goes. Now go to that one. Okay, so that might be the one that's giving you the trouble. Like I said, this is something new with Photoshop. They'll probably work the kinks out in a little bit, but until then, I know it's super aggravating. So what you can do at this point, just to kind of not have to deal with it, to disable the font, you would just delete this layer. So let's delete that layer and see if that helps. Go ahead and just hit delete on your keyboard. Because I use that Bebes New font quite a lot. I've never, ever had issues before. It's just recently, and I don't know, you know, what's going on with that. Like I said, maybe Photoshop and Google are beefing. I've seen it before with Adobe Flash. You know, Flash doesn't work on Google Chrome anymore and most any other browsers, so we end up with that issue. So unfortunately, I don't know, you know, what it'll take to resolve it, but I'm sure there's some kind of fix out there for it. I just don't know what it is. So now see if you can do file save, just to see if that actually helps the situation. And see if it lets you save, you should be good. Before, was it telling you couldn't save because the font was crazy? So close it down and open it again. Let's see if you get the same error.
Yeah, if I know I would have done it. And the little what do you call it, little triangles aren't.
So it Google and Adobe are beefing again. But it's okay. There's usually a way around that too. If you want to use that font, then there's probably some way to reconcile it, but I don't know it right now, so I'll have to do a little research on my end.
Okay.
Right.
I don't see it popping up right now. It's gnawing the heck out of me.
I got you, babe. Trust me, it's been all kind of stuff popping up on this new version, and they just did an update today, as a matter of fact. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to install that till after class, because we've been having enough issues so far. But at least we have it documented, right? We're not starting class right now. We're still going to start class at 8 o'clock because I don't want anybody that was trying to download. I told them we'll start at 8. So I want to make sure that those who have everything downloaded and ready by 8 can start. And do me a favor, Destiny, we're going to close down this file and we're going to open up the art file instead. See this one? Well, I guess you can't see it because it's on the YouTube. But just open up the art file. Everybody open up just that art file. It's so much smaller. And I think I'm going to try something on my end to see. Watch how much faster it opens too, because it's a smaller file. And see, my fonts are updated. Even my Bebes New is updated. So my Bebes New did okay, and I'm not sure what the issue is. But like I said, we'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. I'm going to relink my art file to be the one from the desktop. Got a few more waiting to get in here. Now, anyone, if this is your first time ever doing an Innate Academy course, go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat here. I realize we have some people rolling in. We have about 12 minutes before class. Okay, and Destiny, you can go ahead and close out that 171. I would love to see if this class tonight goes so much faster because we're using the smaller file. I'm actually pretty excited to see how fast this goes. All right, all right. And I'm checking on YouTube, see if anybody still has questions about getting in. All right, I'm seeing Zoom works. What type of computer do I have? I have a few different computers, and I have actually been testing out computers just to see, what works. I have the one that I'm working on right now is the Surface Pro Studio, and it has 32 gigs of RAM. I'm really big on RAM because I know that's how a computer thinks, and that's the capacity that it has to think. Of course, you have the RAM, the hard drive, and the graphics card that are important for the computer. And I think we'll do a live session where we talk about those things. And maybe you all can go live with me and show me your computer specs, and I can give you some feedback. How do you think about that? Okay, Vaughn, you're still having trouble, love? Let me know. If you are still having trouble, you should be able to refresh, and you should see the Zoom link has refreshed. Maybe you just need to log out of your account and log back in. See if that works. Because other people are saying they didn't even have to refresh and it updated. Yes, and Coach Tanya saying she just got a Lenovo gaming laptop. Gaming laptops are great. That's actually, I usually pick gaming laptops. They aren't necessary, but usually they have everything that you need built in. As long as you have, I say at least 16 gigabytes. Photoshop will tell you 8 gigabytes is the minimum. I'm going to say don't even get a new computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM. You're kind of setting yourself up there. So make sure you have at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. 32 is my preference. 32 is pretty high end for a laptop. So I tell you to get a desktop. If you don't need a laptop to carry around with you, if you can get a desktop, you can get 32 gigs on a desktop for the same price that you can get 16 gigs on a laptop. Okay, so that's the first thing. For the hard drive, you need at least 500 gigabytes, which is half a terabyte of space. I suggest that you have at least 1 terabyte of hard drive space, and I suggest that it be SSD, which is solid state drive. Okay, HDD is your standard hard drive that has moving parts. A solid state drive doesn't have those moving parts, so they're not as likely to fail on you. Okay, so at least 1 gig of hard drive space. Then the other thing is your graphics card, and you can go to Adobe site and see what they recommend for the graphics card. But normally, if you have a system that has 32 gigs of RAM and at least 1 terabyte of hard drive, it's going to have a decent, or at least a standard graphics card. Even if it's not a dedicated graphics card, there's something called dedicated and integrated. So integrated means that you just have one graphics card that's going to work for your graphics processing, your videos, and everything else that goes on your computer. A dedicated graphics card usually means that you have a superior graphics card that is just meant for doing things like rendering high quality images and rendering video and that sort of thing. Okay. Shirley Ann, what do you need help with, love? Go ahead and unmute your mic, and if you need to, go ahead and share your screen. We still have about 8 minutes before class starts, so this is good. We're working things out. We're not starting class right. We're still gonna start class right because I don't want you. Uh-oh. Are you listening to me on YouTube, love?
It's totally different than what's coming up on my screen.
Oh, there should be nothing on your screen right now. I don't think we're watching anything on Zoom right now. I'm just talking to the folks on YouTube, making sure everyone can get in. So you probably won't see anything on your screen until we actually start screen sharing. No, it's okay, love. I got you. What we're gonna do is once we start class, then everything will be on the actual class, just like we normally do. I know we have some new folks. So I'm trying to make sure everyone knows how we roll over here. You know, we've been OG for so long that that we have some new folks, and I want to make sure that everyone knows how to get into the live classes.
Long as I got you, that's all that's important.
Oh, you know I got you. And Shirley, and I saw that that you had to pay to get in. I went ahead and refunded that. Okay, so let me know. That should process immediately, and then you should see it in your account. It might take 2 to 3 days, but I did catch that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So everyone should have opened the art file. The art file. And I guess let me go ahead. I can share my screen until, let's share screen number 1. That's Coach Toria coming in there. So you all should have opened this art file. I was just testing to see if this file is going to update, my 171, if it updates. And it looks like it did. But this is the bigger file. This is what I was saying. These files tend to be a lot bigger. So I'm really wanting to work on the skins because the skins are it. Like, it's taking up a lot less data. Yep, and then it automatically updates as long as I relink one of the files, which I just did. It automatically updates the 171 file. So we can do that at the end too, because that's going to teach you how to get used to doing this whole skins concept. I know it seems really abstract, just like smart objects did. You know, when we first started, everybody was scared of smart objects, and we kind of got over that once we realized it was definitely a lot less work. All right, so I'm going to check on YouTube, because YouTube, y'all, I'm getting ready to let y'all go, because we got to get class rolling. All right, April. Awesome. Now we are going to start having weekend classes. The weekend classes won't just be artwork. The weekend classes will be hands-on artwork and a physical component. So you all might be pressing a t-shirt, you might be pressing socks, you might be pressing a license plate. And what we'll do is we'll have kits that'll be available. If you don't already have the items, then you can purchase the kits from one of your coaches. That gives your coaches an opportunity to kind of show off what substrates they offer, and also how they can demonstrate how to use them. So those classes, they will not be free, of course, and you won't be able to use your coupon codes, because those are going to be flat rate classes. But I absolutely want you all to take advantage of those. If you are one of those people that just work better when you have somebody right in front of you, kind of coaching you along the way, you're going to love that, because it's going to be like a one-on-one coaching session. But instead of paying $60 an hour for one-on-one help, you're going to pay $100, and you'll get 3 to 4 hours of real deal help with the coach. Okay. And some of those I will be sitting in on, but for the most part, I want my coaches to be able to show off and shine, and they're going to be able to do that with you all and help you show off and shine. So like I said, symbiotic relationship and teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so I think everyone that wants to be in the class is in the class, and the coupon code should have cut off at $7.50, but if it did not, then you were lucky that you got in, because it is off as of now. All right, so that coupon will no longer work for the free access to the class. So that's how that's going to work, y'all. The free code only works about up to 10 minutes before class. After that, we're going to close it down, because what we don't need is people downloading the file, you know, right at class time and then holding up class because the file is not downloaded yet, or they're having issues or something else. Okay, so I am willing to make sure that we have this together to make sure that we can start class on time, which is in 2 minutes. So with your download, Coach Toya, you should be opening up the art file, not the 171 file. Go ahead and open the art file, and that should be this week's class, and make sure that you close the 171 file, okay? So you should have the art file open, and the art file should look like what's on my screen right now. And everyone let me know if that's true. If you open up the art file and it looks like this with the 90s kind of world, go ahead and give me a 1 right now. That way I make sure everybody's on the same page. If you don't see what's on the screen right now, if you have your art file open and it does not look like this, then give me a 2 so I know that you don't need some help. Okay, if y'all are seeing any other screen but my screen, let me know, because I don't think there's any other screen being shared right now. And Janetta, are you on the, is that you, Jay Bling? Go ahead and unmute your mic, love. And if you can, go ahead and share your screen so I can make sure everything works for you.
Okay.
Now, are you watching me on YouTube, perhaps?
No, I'm in. Erica is helping.
Oh no, you have to ask Shannon, can she hear you?
Okay, Shannon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Now, can you share your screen with me? I can make sure your screen share works.
Okay, thank you, Erica. She's helping me. Erica was helping me get on.
Oh, great, great. So I see you decided to immediately come on to the live classes. I'm so proud of you.
I am so desperate. Like,
you got this, baby. Let's go ahead and make sure your screen share works. Do you see a green share screen button on your Zoom?
Okay, I see the green one, yes.
Okay, go ahead and hit that share screen button, and I want you, it'll ask you, do you want to share screen 1 or 2 if you have multiple screens like we talked about?
Right. So I have 2. So tell me which one.
Usually you're going to share your screen 1 because screen 1 is going to be where your Photoshop is, okay? Now, once we get off of Zoom, make sure that your Zoom is on screen 2, so it's not your primary screen, okay? So go to share screen, choose screen 1, and then there should be a button that says share screen. Like after you hit screen 1, there you go. You got it. Let's make sure it's going to show the right thing. And once we have it started up, then we can start on your screen. Perfect. Now I want you to close this file down, and I want you to open up that folder and open up the one that says art. It'll be all capital letters ART. So close down this 171 file. Let me turn on my marker. You can just hit this little X right here. You see me drawing on your screen?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You got it. You got to be nervous. You got this. We got you. Okay, so go to your folder, and that's probably, you probably have your 171 folder there.
Okay, where is that? Oh, wait, okay, I see you. I'm with you. Okay.
Yep, that's your 171 folder. And let's just open up the art file right here. Just this one right here. Perfect. It's much smaller, and I think we're going to be able to get through it quicker because it is a smaller file. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to get as fast as we're going to be the fastest templates in the West and the East and the North and the South. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this off of my screen right now. And y'all let me know. Does everyone see Jay Bling's screen? Do y'all see Jay Bling right now? If you see Jay Bling, give me a 3. Awesome, awesome. Perfect. All right, now if you don't see it, give me a 4 so I can make sure that you're zoomed. Now, Jonetta, you're not going to see it because you are sharing your Zoom screen right now. So when someone else is sharing their Zoom screen, then you will see your Photoshop and then you'll see their screen on your other side, okay?
Okay.
So we'll go ahead. We're going to work off of your computer first. Is that okay?
Shannon, what should be my second screen? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it right now. Now, when I close down, when I stop your screen share, then you want your Zoom to be on your second screen, okay? And then usually what you end up doing is you end up coming out of the full screen mode. As a matter of fact, let's practice that right now. You see how yours is in full screen mode? I want you to go to the top right corner. It says view, and it should say exit full screen. Do you see that?
Okay, let's see. This thing isn't all. You said view?
Or you can go to your view options and you can exit full screen. No, not view on the Photoshop, on the Zoom screen. I just want you to practice this.
The Zoom. Okay, go to Zoom. So go to.
Oh, you know what? You're not gonna see it because you're the active window right now, so it's fine. When we come out of this, I'll talk you through it because I can only talk you through it when you're not screen sharing. Sounds crazy, but I can talk you through it when you're not screen sharing. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll make sure that that's right for you, and that's what we'll start doing before class. So what I'll do is I'll make a requirement that anybody new has to watch the video on how to do the dual screens so that way it's easy, it won't be confusing, and that you know how to go through the quiz, download your fonts, all that good stuff, because that won't take up class time. And then the only thing I'll have to do is when someone comes on as a newbie, we just have to check your screen and check your sound like we did today. Does that sound good?
Yes.
That way, and so you all coming on as new folks are helping me because we've been doing this for a little minute without any fresh blood. So y'all are helping us figure out how to help y'all again, okay?
Thank you.
You are welcome, my love. Okay, so I think we are ready to go ahead and begin. Everyone that has access to the class should be in. I think I'm letting a few people in that were sitting in the waiting room while we were chatting. Let's let them in, and I want everyone to have open only the art file. It should say ART, and that's it. So only the art file should be open. All right, I'm letting a couple more people in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. I think we have everyone on the same page right now. Yes, don't forget to record. Thank you, Toya, because Lord knows we need this recorded. So, as a matter of fact, I need to start a fresh record. All right, and here we go.
Recording in progress.
All right, so Jonetta, are you ready to embark on your first Innate Academy live course?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get it. So everyone should have open the art file. Now, if by any chance you don't see your folder open, then you can go ahead and click on this little arrow here and it's open. So yours is open, Jonetta, but somebody else's might not be open. So I want to make sure that you're looking at 2 layers, foreground and background, okay? We are going to start on the background layer. So we are going to double click on this smart object here. So let's double click on that thumbnail right there, Jonetta. You see what I'm marking on?
Yes.
Yep. And you know a little bit of smart objects from this weekend, the workshop. Congratulations on doing such phenomenal work at the workshop. Yes, of course. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to clear off all my drawings off your screen there. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to figure out our colors first, okay? And then we're going to watch things update here, and then you'll be able to, you know, kind of choose which colors you want to apply in which locations, or you might like them just as is. So you may want to bring on an image just to pick colors from, like if you have a logo, or you can just pick colors from whatever you want it to be. So are you bringing in a logo today or a photo?
I tried to get the photo that you told us to have from the cast.
Oh, you don't have to do that, love. See, in class, you get to make it whatever you want to make it. So if you want to use your logo that you did in class and make you a design for your business.
Okay.
Do you remember what that, do you have that logo?
Yes.
Okay, then go ahead and open the folder where that logo is. I think it is in your downloads folder if I remember from this weekend.
Yes. It might be downloads. No.
Okay, so go ahead and go right here to your downloads. Oh, there you go. You got it.
Okay.
And it was in the workshop folder. Didn't we put it in the workshop folder?
And did we put it on? Did we put it on the?
Here, go right here to your workshop folder. Right there.
Okay. Right here?
No. You keep moving. You keep moving the screen, Janetta.
Okay.
Right here, the workshop folder. Do you see me circling the workshop folder? Okay. I ain't trying to make you nervous. I got you. You know I got you. Okay. There it is right there. Is that your logo? Okay. Now what I want you to do, listen to me. I want you, see you already clicking. Hold on. Okay. Close out of that. What I want you to get used to doing is whenever we have class, if you have a logo or a photo that you want to bring in, I want you to work on, let's right click and let's copy. We're going to copy this file. Right click. And we'll copy. Now this is copy right here. I don't like that they gave us shortcut images and not words anymore, but that's copy. Yeah. Yep. See how it when you hover over to say copy? Now we're going to go to our 171 folder. So every time we have a class, you're going to put your assets. Go to your 171 folder right here. You're going to put your assets in the folder for that class. So go ahead and double click on 171. There you go. All right. And let's just go ahead and right click right here and we'll paste it. And then that little logo up top, that's your paste. Unfortunately, they're switching it up on us. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just hit the logo. I know. So now that's your logo, okay? So if there are colors that you want to bring in from the logo, then we're going to use that today with our background selection. So let's go back to Photoshop. Okay. I'll get my marks off your screen. Hit that Photoshop button one more time. See if it pops up front. It should.
Do it again.
There it goes. Okay, perfect. Now what we're going to do is go up to File and Place Embedded.
Embedded. Where we at? Embedded. I'm looking. You said File and Embedded?
Place Embedded. Y'all, I'm going to leave it on YouTube because we have so many new folks. I want them to see what it's like to go ahead and register for the classes, to make sure that their Zoom works and what a class looks like. So this is supposed to help a lot of people answer a lot of questions that I can't keep answering individually, okay? So I'm going to, if it's not interrupting, and I don't think it is the flow of class, then I'm just going to leave it to stream on YouTube, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and instead of the downloads folder now, you want to find your 171 folder. Did you place it on the desktop? You want to check your desktop there and see if that's where it is, or did it go into downloads? Because
I placed it on. No, I didn't. I didn't have time.
So it's probably in downloads.
Yeah.
Okay, well go ahead and go to your downloads.
Okay.
And next time, just make sure it's on your desktop, because I always tell people desktop this. So if I know that everybody has it on their desktop, then I know exactly where to tell you to look. So go ahead and click on your 171 folder here.
Okay.
Okay, you can open that one.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead and select the image, that logo image that you're going to pick your colors from, and go ahead and place it.
Oh, just okay.
Now this works the same as dragging it. Go ahead and hit place though. You have to hit place.
It's there. Did I get it?
I don't think so. Go ahead and try to hit place. Okay, it was just taking a little time there. All right.
It's delayed. It's in there.
Okay. Now, if you have anything else open, I'm going to tell you, if you have if you have a web browser open, if you have any other programs open, I don't know if there are other programs open, I don't know what that is, but you want to have everything closed except for Photoshop. And if you have to, then you can bring up a browser window when we need it. Okay, so let's make sure we have some of these closed out. And I think this is good for first timers too, to know that that will absolutely slow down your computer. Okay, so is there something right here open on the Microsoft Edge?
And it's on my dual screen. So do I go over there and close it?
I can see it, so you can see it. So can you click on that right there, that Microsoft Edge? If you click on it, it should automatically show that there's something open. And if it shows that there's something open, then just close it.
It's a bunch open. I need to leave Zoom open though, right?
No. Now, are you doing Zoom off of the computer, or are you doing Zoom from the browser? Okay, go ahead and close out the Microsoft Edge, because I think you have Zoom as the app open, because I can see the logo down here. So go ahead and close out all of those windows for Microsoft Edge. Any other windows, if you have this, whatever this program is right here, if you have some windows open there, go ahead and close them out.
Okay.
If you have YouTube open somewhere, go ahead and close that out. It will slow, because I can tell you have a delay in your computer right now, and I want to make sure that it's just an internet delay and not a computer delay.
My mouse is not.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead and, yeah, see, I see something open right there when you're hovering over it. You can click on it and find a way to close that out. Now, I don't know if you have to save anything before you close it out, because I don't want you to lose what you've been working on. But every time you come to class, make sure everything else is closed down. The only thing you should have open is your Photoshop. And of course, you're going to see your Zoom window like this, but it'll actually be the Zoom app, not the online version of it, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then you can even close down these emails right here, because that's probably working on your internet too. The problem is when you're working on Photoshop, yep, definitely close down Gmail, yep. When you're working on Photoshop, it's very resource intensive, right? It takes up a lot of your computer brain power. Then you're also dealing with the internet issue when you're doing Zoom. Zoom is taking up a lot of your computing power. So if all you can have open are those two things, that's going to be your best bet, okay? All right, so we're good here. Let's go ahead, and if you want to make that bigger, you can take that little middle node and stretch it up so we can see what that logo looks like. Take this middle one, there you go, and just stretch it up. All right, and then hit enter to lock in the transformation when it's big enough. We're not going to use the logo here. We're just going to use this as an opportunity to pick colors, okay? All right, so if anyone else has an image that they brought in to pick colors from, go ahead and give me a 2 right now. Give me a 2 in the chat. If you brought in an image to pick colors from, go ahead and give me a 2. All right, awesome. So at this point, I want you to follow along with us. I'm going to check someone else's screen right now, Janetta, and make sure that you can see us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop your screen share. And Mary, go ahead and share your screen. So Mary, when Mary shares her screen, Janetta, I want you to tell me if you see it on your screen number 2 or if it's sitting on top of your Photoshop. And if that's the case, I'm going to tell you where to push it over to, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mary, go. Yeah, there we go. I see your screen coming up. Not look, dog. Okay, Mary. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick colors from your image here, and I love it, by the way. I think this is gonna go perfect with the theme. How you feel about it so far?
I like it. This will be a shirt for my son. He wanted to rock down on it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the image to pick colors, okay? So the color is only here for reference right now. Once we're done with it, we're actually going to just delete the image out of the background file, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to select your eyedropper tool here, and I'm just drawing an arrow to it. Perfect. Now that we have the eyedropper tool select and it's not selected, hit it one more time. Make sure that it turns dark. When you just click on it, there you go. See, now it's dark. That means when the button is depressed, that means it's active. And let's say we're going to grab that nice pink from his shoes there, from his slippers. Then you can click on that pink. And did you notice that it changed the color down here?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and double click on this foreground color. Okay, now it shows us that color up here in our navigation. I want you to take this window and push it over to the left a little bit so we can see our swatches. Yeah, just push that window over to the left quite a bit. There we go. Now let's go to our swatches tab right here. Perfect. All right, and we can scroll down here. Go ahead and scroll down to the very last one because I want you to see where your swatches are going to pop up. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now we have this color selected that you just picked. You can hit add to swatches, and this will give us an option to save this color as part of your swatch panel. So hit add to swatches. There you go. Oh, it's got a little delay. Make sure you turn off where it says add to my current library. Turn that off. It usually takes up extra data and you don't want that. Go ahead and hit OK. And notice how the swatch ends up right here in our color palette. So we're not going to close out of this yet. Now we're going to go ahead and pick our next color. So if you need to, now you know that your swatches are popping up there, go ahead and move your color picker window out of the way and pick your next color. Maybe you want to pick the greens or the oranges. I think those would be cool colors. There you go. And when you get one you want, go ahead and hit add to swatches. And we're going to do this until we pick at least 3 colors. Okay, your fourth color, actually you can just pick 2 colors if you want because you can always use black and white as a neutral, but I think you have enough colors here. You want to pick the light green or the orange or maybe both. Okay, and when you get the color that you want, go ahead and add it to swatches. You got it. And finally your fourth color. Okay, so for the fourth color, maybe let's just choose like black. And you know how you can go ahead and come down here all the way to this corner and it's going to give you all zeros. Just pull it all the way to the corner. And it should give you all zeros. There you go. All right, so maybe that black will be your neutral that kind of grounds everything, right? Okay, so now we can go to OK because we're done with our color picker here. And we should have 4 swatches. Everyone should have 4 swatches. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they should show up at the end down here. If you have too many swatches, then they'll probably show up here because your system will probably tell you you have too many swatches. All right, and hopefully I don't have anything to do with that. All right, so we should be ready to proceed to the next step, but let me check on everyone. If you have your swatches, Coach Corey, I don't know what to tell you if yours is not open in love. I don't think there's anything I'm going to be able to do to help it right now, so you might just want to sit tight and watch. Maybe try to re-download the file because if it's not downloading, then maybe something interrupted your download, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's see where everyone is. Give me a 1 if you have all 4 colors selected, color 1 through 4. If you have those swatches picked, give me a 1. And then if you need help, give me a 2 because I don't want to move on without you.
Shannon,
Mm-hmm.
do I need, because I didn't do anything. I watched you, her screen was showing. So how do I get to my screen to select my color?
Okay, so when we're watching someone else's screen, we should be watching that screen on our second screen. So what you need to do is go up to view, on your Zoom. You should see view options. Do you see that at the very top?
On my Zoom?
Uh-huh. Now on the window that you're watching, because right now you're watching Mary's screen, right? With the cartoon character on it, right?
Right.
Okay, so do you see on that screen where it shows Mary's screen, do you see where it says view options?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
does it say exit full screen?
Okay, it's says exit full screen. I got that.
Okay, so when you hit exit full screen, it should turn into a little bit smaller window. When it turns into a little bit smaller window, I want you to push it onto your second screen. So you know how you can push it, it'll start showing up on your second screen.
Okay, see, okay, now it went away. So it's in here somewhere, but I don't see it.
Okay, so what options do you have for view? You should see at least a little window, and it will say standard, side-by-side speaker. Do you see that?
What in view options, it says zoom ratio and request remote control and annotate. So that's what I see.
Okay, so whenever you came, do you still see the cartoon character on your screen or no?
Yes.
Okay, if you see the cartoon's character on your screen, that means that Zoom is still showing on your screen, and you need to pick that entire window up by the top of the window, and you need to push it over to your other screen.
Oh,
The entire window. So what you should see is you should reveal your window underneath it. Your Photoshop is probably underneath that, but you have to push your Zoom window over to your external monitor.
Okay, I see my window now when I touch this. And so,
okay, so push it all the way over to your external monitor. Okay, when you push it all the way over to your external monitor, then you should be able to double click on the top bar and it will make it full screen again.
No, okay, I don't want to hold you up.
No, let's make sure you got that, because you won't be able to follow class if you don't have that. You won't be able to follow class if your Zoom is not working, okay?
Okay.
All right, so is your Zoom, are you looking at the cartoon character on your second screen right now, or no? Is your second screen showing the same thing as your first screen?
No, mine, okay, yours is back up with the template you had, and then my bling template is on my second screen. That's what's on there now. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, so go ahead and share your screen. I'm gonna see what your screen settings are, and just for future, what we'll do is we'll have to make sure that this is completed before we start the session, because I want to make sure that that doesn't take up class time. But I got you this time, okay? So go ahead, Mary. Make sure everyone right now, y'all go ahead and save what you're working on. It will update. You won't close out of anything right now, but everybody go ahead and file save. Okay. And Mary, you're doing a beautiful job. Let me check on Miss Johnetta right now, okay? All right, so Miss Johnetta, go ahead and share your screen for me.
It's supposed to pop up somewhere. I don't see where Zoom is. Okay, do I need to be on my Zoom screen to share?
You will need to go to your Zoom settings, and it'll be a green share screen button.
See, you should see this. It's doing something totally different from what it's supposed to. Okay, Shannon, where I am, I can't find Zoom at all. I can only see.
Okay, do you see your Zoom in your bottom tray where you have all of your icons? Do you see the Zoom symbol?
Yes.
Okay, when you see the Zoom symbol, I want you to hover over that, and then click on where it says Zoom meeting. It might be a little tiny window, it might be a big window, I'm not sure.
I got it. Okay, yes, it's a small window.
Okay, so it should still give you an option to share your screen. If you see that small window, then it might give you an option to make it larger. It might give you an option to make it full screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you are sharing your screen now. I'm going to check a few things here. I'm going to ask to take over remote control of your computer, and make sure you grant that for me so I can click around and hopefully get you set up. Okay, so right now you should be seeing, you see your Zoom screen, and let me see if I can click on your Photoshop there. Okay. So the one that says background right now, that's the one that we're working in. Now the problem is, I don't know if which screen did you decide to share with me? Screen 1 or screen 2?
One is my
Which one did you tell Zoom to share? Screen 1 or screen 2? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me do this. Let me go ahead and minimize this, and I'm going to go to your desktop, and I'm going to make sure that you have extended screens selected here. Okay. I'm just minimizing stuff so I can get to your desktop. It looks like it's taking a little second, so let's give it a moment. Okay, now where is your screen 2 in relation to your screen 1? Is your screen 2 on top of your screen 1?
Yes.
Okay, so then we can leave it just like this. So when I hit identify right now, you're seeing a screen 1 on the screen that you're sharing, and you're seeing a screen 2 on the one that's above it.
Yes.
Okay, and you have it on extend display, so that's good. So let's close out of this one. So now all you have to do is go back to your Zoom screen. Now, of course, you won't really see it right now because you're on Zoom. And this is how I'm kind of trying to explain to you how you have to do this, because I won't be able to do it for you. Only you can do it. But do you see how I can take your 171 folder? See how I'm moving it from the top of the bar here? Sorry, there's a delay in the action here. But do you see how I'm pulling it from the top bar?
Yes.
Okay. When I close down, you're going to have to make sure you take the Zoom window, and you're going to have to take that Zoom window and push it up until it starts to reach into your screen number 2. Now, I'm not able to do that because there's too much of a delay between your computer and mine. But if it's not full screen, then you should be able to push it up onto that second screen. Okay? So how I'm pushing it up by the top, I should be able to push that up onto your next screen.
Okay.
Okay, and like I said, of course, I can't do it. Only you can do it. Now, if it's too much of a trouble, then what you can do is you can sit tight and you can watch, and then that way you can watch the replay. But by next time, there's a video that I have that shows you how to set up your Zoom, how to set up your dual screens, and you can watch that video and make sure that your Zoom is set up properly so that you have Zoom on screen number 2 and Photoshop on screen number 1, and then that way you can work through the class seamlessly. Okay.
Okay.
And it'll be just like we did at the workshop. You remember how my computer screen number 2 was the one you were watching on, and then your computer screen number 1 was the one you were working on Photoshop? It'll be the exact same way.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, love. So I stopped the screen share. You should see the Zoom window. Try to push the Zoom window onto your screen number 2. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Am I ready?
I'm not sure, love. I won't know until you actually push it over there. But we're gonna go ahead and move forward. So if you can't get the Zoom right, then it's fine. We'll work on that after class and make sure that your Zoom features work so that you can attend the next class. Okay? Because if we can't get the Zoom right, then we've already spent about 15 minutes getting that together. So we'll have to do that next time. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. No worries. This is nothing to worry about. We all go through this while we're learning. So I just want to make sure that we can get through class tonight, okay?
Okay.
Okay, love.
Just 1 minute.
All right, all right. Let's see. Bernita, do you mind sharing your screen for me, please? Oh, awesome, awesome. All right, so you got your color selected. I see you have some beautiful colors there. And go ahead and unmute your mic for me. I love this. And I think I was asking you to unmute, and I might have actually muted you. There you go.
Alrighty.
All right, love. So we're using the image to pick our colors. You already picked your colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our layers. So let's come to our layers. And then I want you to go ahead and delete the logo now because we don't need it anymore. So select your logo layer and just hit delete. This was just for a color reference. We're going to bring in the logo a little bit later, okay? All right, so Smart Color 1, we're going to double click on the Smart Color 1. And we're going to go ahead and change that color And because we're already selected on it, all we have to do is just pick the color that you want from your swatches. Now, if you cannot see your swatches, there you go. You can click on that tab right there. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, or if you use the ones at the top, you might be able to pull them from there as well. All right, and when you get the one that you want, let's go ahead and exit out. If it asks you to save, you're going to say yes. Perfect. Okay, now that should update on our background there instantly. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our layers. And let's select Smart Color 2, and let's change that one out. Same thing here. You don't even have to double click. You can just pick the swatch. Perfect. Let's go ahead and close that one out and say yes to save. Now we should all be doing this step. We should all have at least 2 colors changed out right now, just like Bernita. All right, so that's 2, and then we'll proceed same thing for 3 and 4. Now some of you just may want to do 1 and 2, you know, of your punch colors, and maybe you want to do Smart Color 3 and 4 as just black and white. That way you keep some neutrals in there. You can absolutely do that too, but I want you to have fun with it. If you pick 4 colors, go ahead and use all 4 colors. And just double click on your Smart Color there.
What if I want to leave it as white?
Oh, that one isn't white, baby. That's like a cream color, but if you want that to be white, then go ahead and change it to white.
Okay.
I think you have white. Yep, you have white right there. See how I changed it, brighten it up? It looks cleaner.
I sure did, yeah.
All right, and then you can go ahead and change your 4th color.
I'm gonna make that black just to see what it looks like. I like this color though, actually. I don't go back to see. I think I like that one.
Okay, you want to keep that color? Perfect.
Yes, I do.
Awesome, awesome. So if you have all 4 colors updated, go ahead and give me a 1. And if you need some help right now, give me a 2. Y'all are doing an excellent job so far. This is probably the hardest part. All right, Joaquin O, Coach Sharon, Coach Shanta, Leilani, and let me know if I'm saying your name right, love. And Shirley Ann, good job, good job. Anyone need help right now, go ahead and give me a 2 before we move on. And let's see. Leilani, can you go ahead and share your screen next, love? And everybody save. Go ahead and save. What you're doing right now is you're saving a component of your bigger picture. So the art is the big picture, and then what we're doing is we're breaking down each of those elements, the foreground and background, into separate elements themselves, and then we break the background down further into these little artistic pieces, and we break the foreground down. Okay, it makes our file smaller.
Shannon, may I ask a question before?
Yeah, absolutely.
Switch screens? Where is the black at? What component is that if it wasn't a part of?
If you want, well, black isn't on there. That particular black is a drop shadow. So very good question. Matter of fact, if you don't know where something is, right click on it. Right click on. Well, make sure you actually clicked on the component. So no, don't right click on the drop shadow. Right click on the purple, and you'll see that is jagged bottom. So go ahead and select jagged bottom. And you'll notice that it has an effect on it. If you double click on the effect, there will be a drop shadow on there. So go to your drop shadow, click on the drop shadow, and it is black right now, but you can take that black and you can make it your kind of caramel color there. If you wanted it, if you didn't want it to be black, you can make it the pink color if you want to. So although it won't update as a smart color, it's an effect. So that drop shadow is there to kind of just make that pop off a little bit.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a good question. See, y'all are investigating these layers and stuff now. That's how y'all are going to be learning real quick how to do these skins. All right. So it looks like we're good there. Good job, Bernita. All right, Leilani, this is pretty. I love this color scheme. What do you feel about it? I love it. Okay, so now that we're done with the background here, we have to do something very intimidating. But before we get to the intimidated part, I'm going to tell y'all, if you ever get intimidated by, you know how I tell y'all just to close out and then save? If you're ever intimidated by that because you think you might just hit don't save instead of save, then go to File, Save, and that way you will never not save it. Does that make sense? So if you go to File, Save, and then close it, like after it's done saving, then you hit the little X, then you don't ever have to worry about losing your changes. But if you do the opposite way, and let's say you're talking to somebody and you get a little absent-minded like I do when I can't do one thing at a time, and I click on that little X and I miss and hit no instead of yes, you're going to be mad at yourself. All right, awesome. So you see how that background updated, right? Awesome. So if your background updated, I want you to give me a 1. And if your background did not update, then give me a 2. And looks like Destiny, you had some issues. Go ahead and share your screen. And everybody go ahead and save at this point. Go ahead and save. File, save. Excellent work, Leilani. All right, love. Let's see. Okay, so Destiny, it looks like you did some extra stuff. Looks like you turned on some eyeballs that we didn't need to turn on. So here, but that's good. We need mess ups in order to see where we can fix it, right? Turn these eyeballs right here off. Ta-da! All right, so is that how you want it to look? Okay.
I think I was trying to get color 4 so it can go with the other how.
Okay, go ahead and double click on color 4 then. And see, you can click on them and change them without like visualizing them. So go ahead and pick whatever you want as your 4th color to be. Do you remember which one it was? I like that green. It looks like jade. All right. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4 colors there. All right, you ready to now I want you to go ahead and delete. If you're done picking your colors from here, go ahead and delete that. I'm trying to get us real lean with these files. Okay, I love that image. That is too cute. It's okay. You'll be able to bring it in later. Go ahead and click on this layer so you can delete it. All right, perfect. Now let's go ahead and file, save, file, save, file, save. You can also do Control S on a PC and Command S on the Mac to save. Perfect. And Julia, I will check yours next. Okay, love? Oh, you said you're good? All right. All right. So now let's close out of this and let's watch the magic happen. Let's watch the smart objects go dumb. Go ahead and close out of that little X right there. Boom, there it is. That's it. That's it. Okay, so I want to make sure everyone is to this step. Your background should be in. It should be just tickling your fancy just how quick that happened. And just imagine how quick it's going to happen next time because you know what you're doing. Now I want everyone, well, first give me a 3. If we're all on the same page right now, give me a 3. If you need some help, give me a 4. All right, awesome, awesome. I don't see any 4s. Good deal. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next step. The next thing we're going to do is change the foreground. So we're going to double click on the smart object for the foreground. Yes, E, I know I'm on YouTube. I explained earlier I'm going to let it go live so that people can see what a class looks like from prep to Zoom to all of that so that all of the new folks understand what they're getting themselves into with the live class and what the live class has to offer. But thank you, love. I appreciate you looking out. All right, all right. So Julia, before we move on, I want to make sure yours works, okay? Go ahead and share your screen. And everybody just hold on tight for us. We're going to get Julia up to speed and then we'll move on, okay? So Julia, go ahead and share your screen, love. And let me know if you're having any trouble over there sharing the screen. There we go. I think it's popping up for us. Okay. So Julia, what we were working on, and it looks like, I don't know if you were able to get to that point. Let me turn my marker on. So we're going to double click here on the background. Double click here on the thumbnail for the background. And I don't know, you might be having some delay and some issue here with, there you go. It looks like there's quite a delay there, but we probably won't have time to go back and change all of the colors if you already have some colors in your swatches. Okay, I see what happened here. So what you want to do is go to File, Save, and then I'm going to check where your files are. So go to File, Save. So you did get a chance to update your colors. And do me a favor, love, unmute your mic for me. Because I don't see, there's no mic on your computer. I think you had another one, you might have a mic. If not, we'll just talk through chat, okay? So what I want you to do is, I want you to go, while you're on background, I want you to go File and Save As. I want to see where this is saving. So File and Save As. And then we'll go ahead and do Save on the computer. So this is saving in your 151, is saving as your background. So let's hit cancel here. Go ahead and hit cancel. All right, let's close out of this window. For some reason, it did not automatically update, so let's change that. Let's right click on the word background, and we're going to force it to automatically update. Nope, not there. Let's right click back on that, and let's disable that layer mask. So right click on the layer mask. It's going to take some time because it looks like there's a delay. You're going to right click on the layer mask and go to disable layer mask. I need you to right click on the layer mask though. Right click on the layer mask and disable layer mask. Okay. Now we're going to right click on the word background, and we're going to relink to file. We got to explain to your computer system where this file is. The file is right here where it says background. I want you to choose that and hit place. All right, perfect. That is where we want to be. If anybody else had a problem like that, we can follow those exact steps. Sometimes this is why I say you got to name things the right way and put them in the same folder, because this is a system, and once that system is in place, it's going to be able to automatically update, but sometimes it's going to need help depending on your computer system and where things are saved, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to double click on the foreground image here, the thumbnail for the foreground.
That is where we want to be. If anybody else had a problem with that,
okay, I hear.
Hello.
Oh, wait a minute. Julia, was that you? Because I heard, I'll ask and unmute again. I think you might be watching on another device and it has a delay. So if you could turn that device, the volume off, and listen to me only on the Zoom on this computer. then we won't have an echo.
Okay.
You got me, love? Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to double click on that foreground, okay?
Okay.
And double click on the thumbnail for it. I'll draw on that again right here. That's what you're going to double click on. And we're going to change the contents there. Go ahead and go to cancel here. Oh, it's saying that it wants you to locate the missing one. This is perfectly fine. We're going to find the foreground file. So scroll down until you see foreground.
Okay.
So go ahead and choose foreground and choose place. And now we should be able to double click it. Perfect. That's it. So it just had to re-identify where that file was just to make sure that it was updating the right stuff. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we should all be in the same place.
Okay.
All right. You ready to continue on your screen?
Of course.
Let's get it. All right. So, and you have some beautiful colors chosen there too. Now watch what's going to happen here. Let's focus on, I want to just change out the photo first. Okay. So let's go ahead and double click on this thumbnail where the photo is. Now it could be a photo, logo, whatever you want to be your subject image there. Okay. So we're just going to go to File and Place Embedded.
Okay.
Or some of you may prefer to drag and drop onto your artboard from your folder. That's cool too. But if you already have your file place embedded, let's see, you have your image on there.
I don't have an image because I just got on. I was so excited to get in.
That's all right. Do you have a logo or do you have a picture, maybe like a picture of a little one that you want to do a birthday party for? Anything that you have just ready to go?
Let's go over here. Let's see something.
You got a PNG ready right there. Get one of those PNGs of that pretty little girl right there. There you go. Okay. And then what I want you to do is just drag that up above the current photo. There you go. And then this is what I like to have. I like to have auto select turned off. So turn that one off. And then I like to have the show transform controls turned on, so I can see my extents of what I'm moving. And now you can try this instead of, because we always go for the corners. Try this. Instead of going for the corner, go for the middle one and pull the middle one up. It keeps your image centered. It's so much easier. You know, when we pull from that corner, then we have to end up recentering it again. And there you go. And just make it as large as you want it to be. And then those of us who need to fade off the photo, we're going to fade off, okay?
Okay.
All right, so make it a little bit bigger there. Because if you can imagine, this is pretty much as tall as your image is going to be. All right. Now, when you get it the size that you want, go ahead and hit enter to lock in the transformation.
Okay.
And then I want you to turn off the eyeball for the previous image there. All right. Let's do Control-0 so we can see the entire artboard. Yep, or you can scroll just like that. That's fine. All right. Okay. Now, for those of you who need to, do me a favor, right click and delete that layer mask, because we're going to show everybody how to do a layer mask where they can do a fade off. All right. Just right click on the layer mask and then do delete layer mask. There you go. Perfect. All right. So everyone make sure you hit enter to lock in your transformation, because if you still see the little cross line in there, that means it's not locked in yet. Excuse me, y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and create a layer mask. And what a layer mask does is kind of like a window. So the white's going to reveal and the black is going to conceal. So for those of you who didn't see that, your layer mask is going to be down here at the bottom. It's a rectangle with a circle in the middle. Okay. And that's what you're going to click on in order to get this white box right here. When you have that layer mask, go ahead and give me a 1. Awesome. And if you missed that step and you don't have the layer mask, all right. Johnetta, you got it, baby. Good job. If you don't have that layer mask, give me a 2 so I can make sure that I demonstrate how to do that again. Now, if you don't need to fade off your photo at all, you may not need this layer mask, but I at least want you to try this because a lot of you have never faded off a photo, and I want to make sure that you have that down packed, okay? All right, so we look like we're all on the same page. I want you to grab your paintbrush right there. There you go. And we're going to make sure we have a soft round brush selected. So let's go up here to those options. So the soft round brush, let's make sure the size is 800. So we just type in 800 right there. And I'll move my marks out of your way so you can see. And make sure the hardness is on 0. That'll give you the softest round brush that you can get. See how the hardness is at 0? Perfect. All right, now hover over your artwork so you can see how big that brush is. And it might not be showing it to you right now. If not, that's cool. Now I want you to come to the bottom here, and I want you to kind of fade off the bottom of the image here. Start way below the image and then work your way up.
Okay.
And everyone, you have to make sure that you have your layer mask selected and not the photo selected. If you have the photo selected, you're going to end up painting on top of the photo. This is a non-destructive technique, okay? That means that you can come back and you can still retrieve those pixels because you did not delete them, you did not paint over them. What this allows you to do is just kind of create a window of what you want to show through. All right, that looks like a perfect fade off to me. Now what we can do is go ahead and file save, or we can do Control S to save this photo update. And then we're going to close out of this window. So we're going to close out of this little photo window and we're going to watch it update. Nope, turn the eyeball back on. We're just going to close. Yep, we're going to close out of the little window. If your zoom window's in the way, you can right click on the tab. Look, you can just right click on this tab. Just right click on the tab and then hit close. Because sometimes that zoom window is in your way and it's hard to see.
Yes, it was in the way.
Yeah, it's in the way every time, in the same place every time. Now, at this point, if you want to make your photo larger, you can actually grab one of those nodes and make it bigger. You can push it up to where it goes like magazine style, where the photo's kind of going over the text. However you like it. Just make sure it tickles your fancy. That looks beautiful. And I love the colors too. All right, so now you can hit enter to lock in your transformation. All right, we're almost there, y'all. Can y'all imagine that we're almost done with this whole design? All right, so let me know when you got your photo in. I want y'all to give me a 5. If you have your photo in place and you can see it on your foreground, give me a 5. If you need some help, give me a 6. Awesome, awesome. And Coach Deshanta, do me a favor and go ahead and share your screen next. Everybody do the save dance. Julia did a beautiful job. Go ahead and do your save dance. So file save, Control S on the PC, Command S if you're on the Mac. And Coach Deshanta, go ahead and share your screen, love. Let's see what you've been brewing up over there. Love it already. I know this is about to be fire. Yes. Okay. So excellent, excellent. We're going to go ahead and you kind of need to know what your text is going to be before we get into this mode, because the way the new system is going to work, it's going to be quicker to edit, but it's going to be kind of pre-identifying sections of text and areas where you might have photos. So we're going to start with text 1, which is the one that says in a 90s kind of world. And although, let me tell you, although text 1 is number 1, the reason why it's at the bottom is because we want it to go behind the photo, kind of like a magazine cover, right? So we want to double click on the smart object for text 1. And let's go ahead and double click and open that up. Perfect. Now you see how our smart colors aren't changed yet? We're about to work some magic, hopefully. I want you to right click on your smart color one. Okay, and on the word smart color one. And then we're going to update all modified content. And boom, there go your smart colors. Now here we have the text one, of course, is our magazine format. This is our top text. Okay, so we're going to imagine what colors do you want to pop out on your top text. You can choose any of these colors to show for the in the 90s kinda and the world text. And of course we'll change the text too, but go ahead and figure out which color you want where. And you can turn on your eyeballs on and off to figure out which color you want to be in which location. And if it's already where you want it, that's fine too. And let me give you a hint. When you select the smart color 2 right here, just like that, perfect. See how you have black with the black drop shadow? If you're going to choose black, you probably want a different drop shadow, right? Or a different outline. You can double click on your FX here. And I have already built in a white and black kind of outline and stroke. Go ahead and click on the stroke right here. And you'll see that it's black. If you don't want to replace it, the beautiful thing about Photoshop, which is better than Affinity, you could do multiple strokes. So go ahead and put a plus, hit that plus sign there. And then I want you to change this color to white. So go ahead and click on that color. And then maybe make it white, which is all the way here, and it should be giving you 6 Fs. Perfect. Go ahead and hit OK. And see how now that text stands out more because it has a contrast outline? But if you ever want to go back to the black, just take off this little check mark here. And boom, you have preserved your black outline. So you can go ahead and turn your white back on there if you want it to use black. But if let's say you wanted to use your mauve color there, then maybe you want it to have the black outline rather than the white. But you get to choose that. That's what the effects do for you. All right, so go ahead and choose what color scheme you want, and then we're going to change the text. And then of course you have text at the bottom too, so maybe you want this text to be this color and maybe your mauve could be the next big word text down there. It just depends on what you want to say. Do you have a statement that you're going to make for this one?
It's kind of like her personality, like who's going to check me for?
Oh, okay, so maybe we go who's gonna at the top. And that's a O. Who's gonna check? Maybe the word world to be check. So I'm helping you all with typography right now. Typography is how do I arrange these words to look like art, right? So who's gonna up top, then check, and then it'll go me, then boo at the bottom. And I'm just giving you some suggestions. Of course, you can do that different. So if you want to change that, I want you to double click on the T here. Now, did you have a chance to download the fonts?
I thought I already had it downloaded.
They were new fonts, but if you don't have it and you want to change it out, then it's going to make you replace the fonts with something else. But if you have a little time, you can go ahead and download that, because I know you're coach, so you should be able to do that pretty quickly in the background. Okay, and then I can go to somebody else if you want to keep with those fonts, because I do like for you all to have the fonts so that you don't have to worry about choosing fonts, because sometimes that's a whole nother that takes about 20 minutes of design time figuring out the right fonts, right? So I try to pre-think of that stuff for you. So go ahead to your academy, and there will be a link for one font, and of course in your folder, your 171 folder, you have the 90s font. Okay. All right. Now let me know if anybody else needs help with the fonts, because if you didn't get them downloaded, then your art isn't going to look the same. Okay. So Destiny, go ahead and share your screen for me. Let me see what you're having an issue with. We'll get you caught up. And y'all, we should be done in the next 10-15 minutes.
I figured it out for you.
Oh, well then go ahead, share your screen. Show us what you figured out, because I know you over there working up something good. Let's see what you got. I love it. All right, so colors already changed out. Now, what do you want your text to say?
That's what I was stuck on. That's what I was kind of pondering.
Let's see. Now I put it in 90s kind of world. I'm glad I've got my, girls or whatever. I'm playing off of that that theme song. But what is it that you want to say with this? What's your message for this?
I have no idea. I was looking for just 90s cartoons and I see that. I thought, well, that's cute. I have no idea.
Let's see. Now you could do in a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I've got my girls, because that still makes sense. And people are like, oh, okay, I get it. The Powerpuff Girls are queens. So it still works. I just want to give you all I know sometimes it's hard to think of the creative words to go with something. So I love the colors that you chose already, just instead of True Ink. Of course, I love for you to represent True Ink. Go ahead and change some text. Let's change some text. You can double click on that one.
I think my take from earlier,
okay. Let's see. Let's right click on the word True Ink. Let's see if we have that on here. Okay. Now it doesn't have the font. Go to your 171 folder, because I gave y'all that font. That's a font that I charge for on the Innate Lab website. But go to your 171 folder. Is that it right there? 171. Try this one right here, 171.
I named it Innate 171.
Go ahead and click on this folder right here. This is 171. No, there you go. That one. Okay, double click on the extras folder. Okay, and then I want you to double click on this Living 90s font and go to install it. All right, let's close out. Now it should turn to a white exclamation point. It should be good. Let's go ahead and double click on the T now. All right, and let's say I'm glad I got my queens. How about that? Because they're Powerpuff Queens. There you go. That way we switch it up. Love it. All right, so now that we've changed our text, let's go ahead and exit out of this. We can do right click on the tab and do close, or we can hit that little X. And then make sure if it asks to save, you say yes. Now you might not be able to close out because you need to go to the move tool after you get out of text editing to get out of the text editing mode. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm glad I got my queens. Yes. Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right. You got it, baby. All right. So let's go ahead and save. File save. File save. You can do Control S or Command S on the Mac. All right, so we are almost done. If you're done, Destiny, go ahead, show them what it looked like. Go ahead and close out of that one and hit save. And you don't even have to hit save because you already saved it. Boom, that's it. Your design's done. Now, the only other thing that we're going to do, I want to make sure everybody's up until this point, that your art is done. Because the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to modify the 13x19 version. And when I tell you that everything is done that you need to be done to use this as a foreground, as a background, as a 13x19, as an all over shirt, if you want to put this on a pillow, a tumbler, or whatever you want to do, it's going to be saved in these components. Okay, so that's why I've been taking y'all through this path. We've been going down a trail of opening up these smart objects, and it's just a different way of saving things, but the same principle that we've been doing. Okay, so let's see, if anyone needs help right now, y'all go ahead and give me a 2 if you are to this point where your artwork is done, like Destiny, if you want to be with me. Come on, give me a 1. If y'all with Destiny, give me a 1. Come on, come on. Yes. All right, Coach Sharon, come on. Y'all got this. We are almost done. Y'all, it hasn't even really been an hour. Come on, y'all got this done. All right, Leilani. Yes. Anyone need help? Y'all give me a 2. And don't be ashamed if you need some help. Just go ahead and get the help while it's here. Okay. All right, so the next thing that I want you to do, I want you to go to your 171 folders. So Destiny, go ahead and go to your folder. Now your 171, yep, right there. We're gonna open up the Art 13 by 19. I want y'all to open that one up. Okay, so it has the old art, but guess what we can do now? Let's right click on the word background. Let's go ahead and update all modified content. And let's see if we can make magic happen. Woo! We did it! Hey! Y'all see that? Y'all did that. That is it, y'all. You did your 13 by 19. You did your foreground. You did your background. And now you're going to be able to go onto your smart template and update your foreground, background, your 13 by 19. And also the photo or logos. You'll be able to update that and it will automatically update your smart objects. Now, we're still working on the Automizer, which is the genius Automizer that's going to design and mock up, but this is a part of how I'm showing you how quick it's going to be to design this. This is a part of that process. So you all are a part of something that doesn't exist yet, and you all are going to be on the forefront of this thing because you are really, you're putting in the work and you're helping me figure out the quirks. Okay, so y'all are doing a great job. Now Jonetta, go ahead and share your screen with me because I see you need some help there, babe. I got you. And everyone else, make sure you save your 13 by 19 and save your art. Okay, file save, Control S on the PC, Command S on the Mac. J Bling. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna right click. Now we can right click on foreground or background. It really doesn't matter. Let's right click on foreground this time. Right click on the word foreground. Right click on the word foreground. And we're going to update all modified content. Update all modified content. Do you see where I'm circling right now? Update all modified content. And Julia, see if that works for you too, babe. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's go back to your art here. Let's see, Julia, you might have to watch this video because there's some things that went on here. It looks like this has now been rasterized. It wasn't supposed to be rasterized. Let's see if we can fix it. Yeah, that's not supposed to be rasterized. You're gonna have to go back to the beginning because what you did was you locked this down. Like this is permanently going to be like this forever. You can never change that. So so what I would suggest is you're gonna have access to the video. I'll upload it. If it should be able to upload tonight since it's going to be a short video, and I want you to rewatch it and start over from the beginning where you'll be able to use your second screen to watch the video. And I want you to do this again, and I want you to post it as homework in the Innate Creatives group, okay? And then that way, if you're still having issues, then when you post, I want you to post what you could do and then ask a question to the coaches to maybe help with a part that you may have missed, okay? But that's the reason why this didn't update. You can go ahead and see, this isn't even supposed to be here. The new logo isn't supposed to be on there. So there's some stuff that's missing from here. So I definitely want you to watch the video, okay, love? Because here we would have to pretty much start over from the beginning. Okay. Julia, go ahead and share your screen. Let me see if you had the same issue or if yours was just an issue of updating your okay, got it. Now okay, yours might be simpler. Let's go ahead and right click on the word foreground. And yep, you're on your move tool. Let's right click on the word foreground. And then you're going to update all modified content. And let's see, we may have to relink your foreground, okay? If we have to do that, that's perfectly fine. Let's right click where it says foreground. And this should have automatically happened when we were downloading it. Let's go to relink to file. And let's go to the word foreground. I thought we did this already, but maybe not. Let's go to foreground and then go to place. Boom, there it is. Okay, perfect. Now what I also want you to do, double click on your foreground here. Those smart colors were supposed to change. So double click on the smart object here. And if we can't get the words and everything exactly right, at least we can get the colors updated. I want you to double click on this one here for text 1. Okay, same idea here. We're going to go to our smart color because I know you updated those smart colors. Go ahead and scroll all the way up. Let's right click on the word smart color 1. And this is a very unique way. Y'all, we haven't learned this way. I just kind of started discovering and making files this way. So don't think that you are you know, having a hard time. Just understand this is a different process. We're going to go to update all modified content. Update all modified content. And those colors should change. Perfect. Now when we exit out of this, we're going to say yes to save. And if Zoom is in your way, then just right click on that tab anywhere that you can and hit close. And then say yes to save. All right, same thing here. We're going to double click on this one that says True Ink, and you won't have time to change the text out right now, but you can play with this after class, especially if you want to download the appropriate fonts. Right click on Smart Color 1. Update all modified content. There you go, perfect. Now you can close out of this one, or you can click anywhere on the tab and hit close. Right click anywhere on the tab and close it. There you go. So you have a little homework to do. Go back and watch the video and go ahead and download your fonts and change out the words. Of course, you can always be glad you've got your True Ink, but I'm sure that for a birthday you might want to go with a little bit of a different text for that theme. But go ahead and close out of this one. You can right click somewhere and make sure you close out that window. Make sure you save it. All right, that's it. So you just have a little bit more to tweak, but what do you feel about your design so far? I know you have your mic muted, but let me know what you think.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, and wasn't it simple?
It was so simple.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I want anyone who wants to show off right now to go ahead and show their design. We are officially done. Oh, let me go ahead and make sure that you know how to update your 13 by 19. Go ahead and go over to your 13 by 19. And now we should be able to, you might have to, let's just right click, because I see there's a difference here. When it's red, that means it doesn't know where it's coming from. When it's yellow, that means it needs to be updated. So let's right click on the background, and then let's update all modified content. And then let's see what's going on here, because your background, oh, I know what you have to do. Remember how you saved your background from before? Let's go ahead and relink the background, because for some reason yours isn't reading from the same folder. So let's right click on the background here. And remember how we relinked it before? Relink to file. Let's make sure it has the right background. Oh, that's what was going on. You're working out of a temp folder. Girl, you better be glad this computer ain't crash on you. You see that?
Oh, I didn't know.
That's why yours, I was like, how come it's not updating? Okay, so what happens is when you download a zip file, if you don't extract all, if you don't unzip that file, you are literally like working on a ticking time bomb. Yes. Okay, well, Well, obviously that's not what's open right now. So if you're working, because when you go to replace something, it's automatically going to go to where you're working from. So it's telling on you right now. So it's telling on you that you're working in your temp files. So I ain't gonna say it's not happening because I can obviously see it is. But what happened was you may have downloaded it where it was supposed to be. But what happens is if you try to edit any of those files that are in the zip folder, it's going to put it in a local temporary folder. That temporary folder will crash at any moment and you will have no save changes. Okay, so that's what's going on with yours. But did you save to your desktop or did you save to your downloads?
I know I got it in my desktop.
Okay, so look for your 171 folder.
See, they're all here.
These are okay, so these are shortcuts, so that doesn't mean that that's actually on there. What you have to do is you have to figure out where the file is saved. If it's, you see how these are shortcuts, these are, that little arrow right there says shortcut. It is not the actual file. So the actual file is being saved in the abyss and will never actually save for you. When it's in a temp file, it's just waiting to corrupt. So this is what I need you to do. Come on back here to the art file here. You may even have to do this stuff over again, because if they all save to the temp file, then it's going to run you some trouble. Okay, but at least you know how quickly to change it. But what I want to make sure that you do, let's go to your actual scroll down here, because I'm seeing all these shortcuts. I want to see where your actual file is saved. Scroll down. Okay, those are all shortcuts. So what I need you to do is actually re-download the zip file, and and I showed it in the video today. I showed how when you download the zip file, you're going to right click on the zip file and you're going to go to extract all. Okay, when you go to extract all, it's going to make a new folder, and then that folder is where you're going to work from. But you need to make sure it's on your desktop, somewhere that you know for sure that it is. It's not in the cloud, it's not in the temp folder, it's on your desktop. Okay,
Okay, got you.
okay, so somebody said you're in your OneDrive.
I got you.
Okay, got you. Okay, cool. All right, but you got it. Otherwise, you could go ahead and hit cancel here. And now you know why your files weren't linking right. You like, why aren't my files linking?
I never saw this before. Like, what is going on?
Well, and this is why it's so important when I was prepping these files to teach you all how I name foreground, background, text, that sort of thing, because we're going to get in a system now where we're going to work like robots, and we're going to be able to make these design changes in 5 minutes or less. And in order to do that, we got to think like a systems approach. We can't think like artists. We got to think like a computer, right? So now that we're thinking like a computer, we're going to be able to make art instantaneously.
Okay, I will do everything over, and then there's no problem.
Okay, and definitely make sure that you post in the Innate Creatives group, because I know you got this, Julia. I saw you working through it.
I know how to do this.
Uh-huh. And now you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was that simple.
Yes.
All right, good deal. And then what I'll do is I will upload the mock-up file, the free mock-up file for y'all, so y'all can play with mocking it up. And then that'll be part of your homework. So we won't do mock-ups in class. Mock-ups is going to be an after class kind of thing, but you'll know how quick it is to mock-up now, because you have all of those elements: your foreground, your background, your art, your 13 by 19, and of course your individual photo and text. Okay?
Okay.
Good deal, good deal.
Thank you. Now I know what the problem is.
Yep. Yep. Why can't I just answered you? You can follow the YouTube video that I did today to show you how to upload those. You're going to do the same steps to mock up, and I'll include the mock up file after class, because if not, y'all will be in class playing with it. You know how your teacher give you something early and you just go messing with it. So I'm going to make sure I upload that tonight when the video is ready. Okay. So I'll upload the video and the mock up file. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Great job, by the way. I know it didn't turn out exactly how you want it, but you know how to make it exactly how you want it, and I know this.
Yeah.
Good deal.
5 minutes, like you said.
Yeah. When y'all can start designing in 5 minutes, man, I tell you, that's going to be something different. But you don't tell your customers you can design in 5 minutes. There you go. And then if they want to pay for 24-hour, 1 hour service, like I had a $200 fee for 1 hour service. Some people paid it because they literally wanted something designed in 1 hour. And when it could look like this and it's designed in 1 hour, it's totally different than something that looks like it was designed in Microsoft Word, right?
Right.
So, hey, you could charge $200 for if they wanted in 1 hour, boom, make that 1 hour design, and then it can go on anything. Man, you in the money. You don't have to worry.
I got customers that don't even care. Just
Yes,
how much.
they need it. Like you got immediate things going on. Absolutely. Do what you have to do, and they understand. And plus they'll be willing to pay more just to be in front of everybody and not have to wait. Right? Some of them just they don't need it urgently. They just want it urgently. And if that's the case, they'll pay the premium. Okay. So good deal. Good deal. Let's go ahead. Anyone else need to share? Anyone else need to share? All right. So we are ending class a little bit early. Okay. I want y'all to work. Oh, Shirley, go ahead. Share your screen, please, Shirley, and I appreciate it. Anyone else want to share? Then this is your opportunity. Y'all are actually on YouTube right now, so you are able to practice your elevator speech, tell people who you are and what you do. I love this. Shirley, go ahead and unmute your mic, love.
Okay. I'm back.
I love it. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I like it too. I actually made it for my partner.
That is too cool. I know I ride like an old man. Try to keep up. I love it. So, how do you feel about the process? I know it was a different process that we're used to. Do you feel like this is something that'll be easy to do?
Oh yeah, I've caught myself doing, some of your stuff and other things like business card stuff, healing up.
Oh yeah, you're speaking my language, Shirley, and that's what this is built for. So now we're going to be able to take these same elements and do brochures, business cards, of course, things we're sublimating for your website. You might be doing your web banner or your Facebook cover. All of those things are going to be just straight up Automizer. So what you'll do is you'll have these certain elements designed, and of course you may want to add some extra text like, hey, I want to put my phone number on this one, or I might want to put a little icon of a Facebook logo on this one. So it won't always have all the same elements, but the base elements are there for you and they will automatically change out. And this is something that'll be so easy to design. A lot of times we rack our brain with placement and colors, and this just makes everything coordinate. So I'm so glad you're thinking like that now, Shirley Ann. So you get to give me some good feedback. I love it. I love it.
This job's a lot easier, a lot quicker, I tell you.
Yeah, and I hope that this is a new way that we can just learn how to design, so that our brains kind of think in efficiency mode, and it's always going to be pretty because we're starting with pretty stuff, right? We're starting with good looking stuff, but we don't have to overthink it when we think, okay, well, now how should we design this as a card? How should we design this as a backdrop? We could just use these elements and kind of play with how they already how the elements already work with one another. So I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad your design looks so tough, and I know your partner's gonna love it.
That's his bike, and then I just leave the dog on it.
Yep. And Shirley, tell the folks who you are and what you do, so you can go ahead and advertise.
Okay, my name's Shirley Ann Miller. I have Pause and Design Creative Imagery. I do mostly photography. I can dog shows, field trials, horse shows, things like that. I do like sublimation of pictures up on the sheets of metal on the walls, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting into the clothing bit. It's jewelry, the metal stuff I've done in the past, but clothing I'm getting into. And I have a website. It's PAWSNDESIGN.com. And it has photographs and all that stuff and pictures and stuff I've done in different shows.
Gotcha. So it's Pause, PAWS, the letter N like Nancy, design.
Right.
Perfect.
All one word for .com.
pauseanddesign.com. Y'all go check out Shirley Ann, and it's actually good that you don't do the textiles, because you're giving us a different perspective of how sublimation can make money without even touching shirts yet. So the photo panels are a big deal, and if you can start getting into those, maybe the folks that do the shirts can start getting into the photo panels and get to experience what that customer base looks like. So it's good that we're all opening our eyes to others' experiences as well.
As a photographer, there's people who do those panels for you. You know, you send them the picture and they'll print the panel.
Right.
And
So
the price is so unreasonable.
right. So that's a good profit margin for you, right?
Oh, you better believe it. You know, my cost, you know, for a 13 by 18 or whatever like that, it's going to be probably $400.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, that's my cost. And then I have to up it to sell it to somebody else. It's not.
Right.
But when I do it my way, I can sell more because I'm a little more in the price range. Because I'm not with the ritzy people. I'm just with the people who love their animals.
Right.
And show them off. So, you know, I can sell them for the $400. And it's taking me, you know, not much to make it, really. You know?
Right. And then the value that you're providing is, you know, your photography, your artwork, and the fact that they can get it done with a quality process and probably a lot less time than when they send it off to someone else too. So I think, you know, that so it's definitely worth the same value. Like, don't cut your prices because if they're doing it for $400 and it takes them 4 to 6 weeks to process it, and you can get it done within a week or two, and you're the photographer, you get to, you know, have the license to that photo stay in your hands and not someone else's. That's perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good idea. I would love to see some of your work, so I'm gonna go check out pauseanddesign.com and check you out, Shirley Ann. So thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. You're always putting in quality work and quality time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else need to show? Because I'm about to close it down because we have a lot of stuff to catch up on in the admin part. We did a workshop in Texas. We went to the expo and workshop in Texas. We're doing the expo and workshop in New Jersey, Atlantic City. So I want to kind of catch up on some stuff before we get behind. Your 44 by 36, don't worry about that, Destiny. That's going to be something else that I teach y'all. That is a part of how the Automizer is going to work. So don't worry about that for now. You can absolutely do everything that you need to do from your art file. And then, of course, you can use that art file to pull into that 44 by 36. As a matter of fact, the same thing we did tonight. Coach Tanya, go ahead and share your screen. The same thing we did tonight, you'll be able to replace the elements from the art. You know how we went right click and we did relink. You can relink that. I love it. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. I love it. How do you feel about it, Coach Tanya?
I love it. I mean, that's a Stan Jackson cartoon, so I have so many, and so it's kind of neat to now.
Yeah, now you get to pull them together. Look at you.
And that's an 80s show, so the theme was 80s, 90s, so so.
Absolutely, and this is why I love to see where your creativity takes it to the next level. So I just want y'all to know you don't have to work on a design for 3 to 4 hours for it to actually pop and really have impact. Now we're trying to work on, you know, working smarter, not harder, but this absolutely looks like something I would buy off of the shelf today. So I love it. I think that you all are doing an amazing job putting things together and kind of giving yourself a little grace and saying, you know what, I don't have to design something for 2 hours for it to be worth it. This right now would sell just as well as anything that you built from scratch and took 4 hours to make. So I just want to let y'all know y'all are doing the dang thing.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, love. So let's see. Anyone else need to share? Yep, Keisha will be doing the TikTok giveaway. I'm going to check and make sure because I just got back in town. So I'm going to check and make sure that everyone who participated actually followed the rules. And then we will do our giveaway. We have an ink to give away, the jigs to give away. And then, of course, we're going to do the buddy at the end of the month. Okay. All right. So let's see. No one else ready to share? All right. So we're going to go ahead and close this session out. I will make sure that the next part of this, now that I'm getting y'all used to designing like this, I'm going to test. We're going to do another Automizer test next session. So I will be showing you how we're going to update these things. So I'm just trying to make sure that the files are working smooth on your side without overwhelming you. And if this system works out better, then we have a really, really good thing coming, okay? All right, so I appreciate y'all. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye.